series points. So we want to go in, we need to win Texas, and then we need to really focus on having a dominant performance in AC. Yep, going into Thursday, our first match is against Chicago Aftershock. Can't hold anything lightly against them. They're going to come out swinging, but we're going to come out and swing a little bit harder. We're playing Sunday paintball on a Thursday, so just like any other Sunday, you can't make a single mistake, and if you do, you better make up for it real quick.
Legion's definitely looking super strong. X Factor and Heat both look super strong. Ironman were 4-0 going in. They had to beat good teams to get to 4-0, so I know for us to win two events in one weekend, we got to win 10 matches straight. So that's the goal. The goal is to go out and win 10 matches straight.
It's definitely going to, come down to the whole roster. This is not one that you could just make it on with, 5 to 6 guys type of thing. So everyone's going to need to be ready. It's just a demanding kind of way to look at this weekend going forward.
Yeah, but you still see, like the shock bodies. Those guys aren't unfamiliar to making Sundays. Maybe that name isn't, but those bodies have been there, right? Heat, they've been there. X Factor, they've been there. Russians, they're looking scary now when they have.
Welcome to the most important day of the tournament. Sunday's competition going down here at the 2024 NXL Mid-Atlantic Major League Paintball here in Atlantic City. And I'm Matty Marshall alongside paintball legends Thomas Taylor and Rich Telford. We're here in the wild card round. If you are in this round, well, hey, you made it to Sunday, but you have to win 4 games to win the tournament. Jumping into point number 1, and it's going to be Baltimore Rebel making another Sunday, taking on Tampa Bay Damage. And it looks like first body to drop is going to be Elliot Weaver for Baltimore Rebel. They're playing from the red side. Tampa Bay Damage in those black and blue jerseys, and they are on the blue side. They're going to dive Smith into the snake.
5-on-2 advantage here for Damage.
Oh, yeah, man. Rebel getting chewed up. No penalties either. Just a really good break here for Damage, Thomas.
Revo's Dorito player left about 3 seconds early.
Yeah.
The corner before the buzzer even went off. So they had to start 4-on-5, and then Elliot Weaver got shut off the break. So
4-on-1 advantage Damage. Yeah, that was a really, really good start that turned into a bad start.
I mean, he could have made 300 or 400 off the break, I think.
Short, the only one left alive out there for Revo.
Pretty easy point here for Tampa Bay to start.
Yeah, I don't know if he heard it. I didn't hear another buzzer, so I'm not really sure what happened there. He was really far out there, though.
Very anxious to get out there and do some work. I like the fact that he just kept running. He's like, I'm not going back there. I can't retag.
Well, with the rules, if you leave early, as long as you don't pull your gun up, you can go back, as long as you were touching beforehand. So I'm not sure why he didn't try at least.
Yeah.
Maybe because there's no back center.
Well, and also, what a tough break. Yeah, no back center. But what a tough break to get a bad start on point number 1, a Sunday. Kind of want everything to go your way on Sunday when you don't have a lot of games to work with. It's win or you're packing your bags and heading home. So jumping into this first point here, the Brooklyn Bears making another Sunday. Good for them. And Infamous, that's a roster. I mean, everyone wants to win a tournament, and they got a dialed-in roster. Both teams dropping bodies here early. This layout can get crazy off the break with those early deaths, but it's going to be a slight advantage. It's going to be 4 bodies to 3 in favor of Infamous. Brooklyn Bears had a body trapped in the pocket, but they just got one out wide, D side into D1.
Russell back into Snake 1 looking inside. He's got Jonah inside him. Those two are going to work together. Referee's coming to get the check on the D1 player for the Bears. Gets out there alive. 3-on-4 advantage for Infamous. Oh, until Infamous takes a walk on the D side.
Yeah, Bears player now. Bears player looked like he won a gunfight down that tape over there against Sam.
Yeah.
It also looked like the ref ran in and checked Sam really good off the break, so maybe he got bounced going in there because the ref was really giving him a one-over.
It looked like it. Good cons from both teams. Slightly better field position for the Bears because they are outside on that Dorito side. I believe that's Joe Barrett in the can of death over there at Dorito side for Infamous. Watching over Jonah.
Yeah, looking over the shoulders here. Brooklyn Bears on the red side of the field.
Infamous is called Ready Alert 44. I believe they think it's a 4-on-4 or that there's 4 guys left on the Bears. He said he didn't see 2 guys walk out. Good comms.
Well, if it's a 44, he's off on his team and their team because it is a 33 based off the numbers we generally use.
Yeah.
33 meaning 3-on-3 or?
Yes. He was yelling 44. We assume that's, 4-on-4.
Yeah. Well, he might not have been seen Nate walk off because he was so dominant this way.
Just saying there might be someone at home that doesn't know what 33 or 44 means.
Yes. So for the users of that, a lot of people use different counts, but the easiest thing to do is just to say a number, and that's how many you have alive and how many they have alive. So 53, we have 5, they have 3. We're here in 44, so assuming they're using that code, they're off because it's actually a 33, 3-on-3 going on right now. Infamous with a snake side advantage, and then Bears with the Dorito side advantage. Let's see which one works out better here.
Yep. And, this first important point of the match is really, really important, really crucial. And neither guy wants to lose this first point and give the other team a little bit of an advantage going to that next point. So no one out here is looking to make a mistake.
Well, Manners is going to make a move up and get into that wedge here for the Bears. Got a body behind him.
Yeah, Austin's behind him in that snake little tempo there. I could see Austin try to get himself out to that corner and then into that snake too if he could. Trying to get in a little better position there. He can support the inside player a little bit better there. Comms have kind of died down. Guns have kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah, it's got a little quiet out there.
Man, Brustleback's still got like 5-6 pods on his back. I would start throwing some of that paint just generally down at the other side of the field.
It really looks like he's just working on that.
He's waiting for the
snake
perfect
entry
shot.
temple shot, right? Like he's just like, okay, I dare you to try to feel wide. Manners the first one to make some moves here, leaving the. Are we calling that the God Bunker, the little temple in the middle?
I've been calling it like the cathedral or the messy pile of bunkers in the middle of the field.
So he's going in there and.
Talking about the center structure?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just been calling it the center structure. It hasn't really
and
acquired
he's gonna get a free kill here.
Oh, yeah. Brustleback bites, and on the attack, it's eaten up. So that move up the middle worked out for the Bears. So it was a high-body situation for Infamous, and now it's a low-body situation. It's a 2-on-3.
Brustleback played really well there. I would have liked to have seen him use like a couple of those pods on his back to put a little bit of pressure across field at Dorito before he made that move.
As you're saying that, Joe loses a gunfight, leaving Jonah by himself in a 1-on-3. So great job by the Bears. Down 3-on-4, stuck in the pocket, worked their way out to the wide. Doritos choose the gunfight, win a gunfight, and then do some magic up the middle.
Yeah, it's one
just
Infamous.
The way they drew it up.
One Infamous is going to want back.
30 seconds.
In the pits right now with the Bears.
Corner is more livable than Seattle.
20 seconds.
So now Tampa Bay damage, Baltimore Rebel coming out to play their next point. Slight lead for Tampa Bay. Had a real good first point for them.
See if Revo has an answer for that first point. They do have an answer. We'll start with having 5 guys alive. Weaver taking a hard bounce going to that tower again, or that can.
Yeah, these teams have switched sides. And so Rebel going to be on the blue side, Tampa Bay on the red side. Keith Brown getting right into the snake. I talked to Keith Brown this morning. Said, how you feeling, man? You healthy? Everything feeling good? He's like, everything's good. My body's okay, but, man, I'm a little beat up. This ground is hard. I'm like, well, you were definitely getting after it out there, so.
I really like how he went to that the short temple there on the snake side, got gun dominance, and just ran and shot to the snake, too. Like, just kept his eyes up.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to go down when you make me go down, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll see the best players in the world really keep their eyes up, looking for that incoming pressure. And if they don't get it, it's going to, they're going to play with a little bit more freedom. A little bit more. Oh, look at this, though.
Cross shot from the Dorito 3, Matt.
I was just about to call that. Revel makes a nice move into the 300, and who was the snake player for damage?
Brian Smith. Yeah, so it's Smith. And then
he's just playing like it's short Doritos.
Yeah, and Adams was the one that got that kill, I believe, from that D3 position here for Revo.
Weaver taking the walk. Maddie, 4-on-4 here.
So Weaver's been shot off the break 2 games in a row and then takes an early walk. It's unlike him. Usually he's like the guy that's going to last to the end. So.
Yeah, he's usually the last player left alive, almost pulling out some crazy low-body magic.
Yeah, that can is super hard to play. Like a lot, you're getting bounced 30% of the time going there. A lot of time, people are getting shot out of there, and even if you're alive later, you get pinched. Big move up to the 50 Dorito for the Brevo.
And there's Adams here on your screen. He's emerged as a starter for Revo. He's getting the spins more than Frank Antetomaso is, and he's been great over there. Adams is a speed demon.
Yeah, he's got wheels.
And he's real aggressive. He's been playing smart, though. He gets in spots. He doesn't die he's early a lot of times. No reckless, needless gunfights. He's really getting it done for Revo. He's really like what we're seeing out of Adams.
So we got ourselves a 4-on-4. Both teams in the snake. Revo with the advantage and the 50 Dorito, and they're really putting the pinch on whoever's in the what's the S bunker?
Which bunker?
What do we call the S?
The south
Electronics.
Yeah, South Electronics. The White Tower, South Electronics Tower.
The South Electronics Tower is really getting pinched out right now.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling that pressure.
Yeah, look, he's underneath that thing. He's doing a great job living underneath it. Good thing there's long bungees. I had to do that a couple times yesterday, and then I still got stitched in the back. Trust me. Feels like a pincushion back there.
Do you even have any nerve endings left on the outside of your skin?
I must have because
No, they
sleeping
got him in
last
the
night was
foot.
rough.
Got him in the foot. Refs didn't see it.
In the tower?
Yep.
Yeah, I told you. He's really
Here comes
pinched it.
Keith's going to launch after. So Keith won the gunfight down the sideline with Benny Carroll, and as soon as he did, he launched, and they were not able to control that zone. So Keith's going to get at least one, and that is going to do it. So Keith Brown going on the list for move of Sunday. We got a lot of Sunday competition still to play, but Keith Brown pumped up.
Keith is fired
yeah,
up,
little
man.
little 3-pack of kills here for Keith Brown to put damage on his back there in point number 2, and it's going to be 2-0 Tampa Bay.
And Keith Brown is super scary when he's in his like nice, easygoing, happy-go-lucky Keith mode. When he gets into like killer Keith mode, that gets really scary.
And his muscles have muscles. I've seen it. Great job by Damage there, right? So I'm looking at Keith's body language there. Let's go. I don't know if we have a replay on that, but he's in Snake 2. He looks over. He sees his tower about to die. He knows that they're 80-80 him, which means they're pinching him from both sides. So he took that window of opportunity and turned the entire game right there. What a smart heads-up play. And then he really made him wear it.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of guys attempt a similar move, and that has worked out a decent amount. But typically, you're going to trade that body or maybe get one and almost get the second one, but he got them all. And so right now, Brooklyn Bears up by 1 over Infamous. Infamous now on the red side, and they're going to crawl Jonah Jamrose up to the 50-yard line in the Snake, but a body dropping for the Bears early. Going to be a 5-on-4 situation in favor of Infamous. And they're going to shoot another body, too. So survivability rough here for the Bears, trying to preserve this lead.
5-on-2 advantage for Infamous.
Now, they did win a low-body situation in the first point, but they're going to lose their Snake. So this is a real tough situation. 2-on-5.
Have to be careful. He's shot in the pack.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty here. You don't want to do that when there's low bodies. Oh, is this guy gone?
And a penalty.
No one left to pull. Costas.
Oh, no, he's alive in the corner.
Oh, good. Manners made it
like
out
I
there
said,
alive.
I thought this is going to go bad. You don't want to start with 4.
Nope.
So, if you watching at home, we keep calling that Dorito can the can of death. It's really easy to shoot off the break. It's very hard to live in. You saw Infamous shoot their can off the break and then shoot another guy out of it, and that guy got a penalty. Like, it's just really hard to live there.
Yeah.
Great containment there from Infamous, drawing that penalty off that force.
So a tiny bit of a gift. I mean, this point should have gone Infamous's way even without that penalty, but it was a perfect point for him. Looks like 5 players alive.
Refs really checking out Cali over there.
Did you see how long Cali stayed in the blind shot before he kind of developed into that can of death over their D side? He was real deep, real wide for a long time. Read the paint well.
Well, Infamous making this a game early, 9:50. Still in this match. Sam Silberg has emerged as the starter for them on the D side, and he's getting really good. That's the thing about Infamous's line. I mean, Thomas, you're very familiar with this team, played on it for years recently, for moving over to New York Extreme, but got a lot of weapons on that squad, a lot of offense.
There is a ton of offense. It's really surprised me how they played last event because they played so defensively and went 0-4 with the worst margin I think I've seen in.
Yeah. Well, and we had Callie and Ryan come up, and they were brutally honest. Like, that was the worst we've played in years, man. I mean, they're. Infamous's plus minus at the last event was a -14. They lost every single game. And after taking 7th at the first event.
Right.
So they're taking dead last and then now making a Sunday. So,
Right.
but I talked to them this morning and talked to them yesterday. I mean, they squeaked in 2-2 with an even point spread. So, yeah, consistency just a bit of an issue here in 2024 with Infamous, but they got a whole new day of paintball to make the most of here. Baltimore Revo down by 2. We'll see if they can answer.
Huge by Revo around the 100, the Dorito 1 into the Dorito 2, coming up gun shooting, but he does not see Keith take Snake 2. Wow, Keith being the X Factor right now.
Yep.
Just playing great.
Yeah, Keith is hungry for another victory.
That's a bad death, too. You got to kind of assume that bunker's hot early on, right?
Anything over here, you don't really know, right? You just play like it's hot until it's not.
Yeah, and if they're not outside on you, you might as well be outside wrapping that Dorito instead of looking inside, right?
Yeah, I actually like being the Doritos wrapping early because it forces everyone to play on this side of the field. Looking inside is really not that great.
Referee's running in. Looks like both corners are okay.
So Revo repositioning, doing a good job getting out wide, even though they lost that body. They're great position, even though they're 4-on-5. The problem is Damage is really good at sitting. As I say that, they lose their wide guy.
Keith gets another cross shot. 5-on-3 advantage here for Tampa Bay Damage. Tampa Bay Damage in all the spots having all the control right now. Benny Carroll moving from the snake insert into snake 1. Him and Shorty going to try to stem the tide here. A little 2-on-5 action. If I was coaching, I would probably concede this point. Just try to give us as much time to get back into the pits.
Well, they
Timeout.
timeout.
Definitely now. They just lost their Frito side.
For sure. Now they got to concede. I was going to say, with 10 minutes left, you could maybe let the 3-on-5 play out for 30 seconds, see if somebody can do something. But, yeah, might as well just get it back to 5-on-5. Spotted them 3. Damage looked dialed already this morning, though. Definitely had their coffee. Some good meetings last night. But the thing about Damage, Damage had some really scrappy games. They had 2 wins on Friday, but both those wins were by 1. And then they got shut out by Aftershock, and then were able to beat up on Notorious pretty good to kind of cushion that margin and go 3-1. But they had battles.
Yeah.
So they had when you have battles, like if you're smashed, like Red Legion smashing everybody.
Yeah.
So they haven't really had. They did in that last game have a little bit of adversity, but for the most part, it's been Red Legion by first-degree murder, whereas Damage has had fight after fight after fight after fight, and you learn so much from those games, and it looks like it right now. Damage is on cruise control.
How nice is it, Matty, not having that huge tower at the 50 so we can actually see all the action?
Amazing.
Bears lose 1. Bears lose 2. Bears get a bounce going to the can.
Wow.
5-on-3 advantage here for Infamous as they push down the drill from drill 1, drill 2. Jonah's up in the snake looking inside from Infamous.
And here comes the battle, as we have seen all tournament long. But a lot of guys have been getting to this spot recently as this play develops, and they know they're there. They just shoot inside and kind of wait a beat or two for things to develop. But not right now, though. As the Bears going to launch, they're going to shoot out Jonah Jamrose.
Bears lose another body cross field, so 2-on-4 advantage as Sakaguchi gets run down.
Oh, it was a 1-on-3. Now it's a 1-on-2.
No, 1-on-3, right?
Yeah, it was a 1-on-3. They just shot Ryan Hall.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was the war for attrition, back and forth bunker moves over here as the snake side's completely cleared out. And it looks like 2 bodies as the dust settles alive for Infamous.
Great move from Manners.
Yeah, Manners has been pretty lights out for the Bears. He won a 1-on-1 against Drew Bell to win that game for him against the Hurricanes, and he's been real consistent in the points. He's been around for a long time, too. He's definitely...
He got another one. But he stayed over the top.
I don't think he knew he got that first
Oh,
guy.
my goodness. So that was a 3-on-5, a 2-on-4, a 2-on-3, a 1-on-3, a 1-on-2 to a 1-on-1. Wow, if you're watching this at home, you're getting a show right now. That was pretty awesome.
Back and forth.
I hope we have more of that today.
Yeah, what was that, 15 seconds? Just people just...
If paintball would be a way bigger sport if every point was played just like that.
Yeah. Wait, you're saying so the 10 minutes of hiding X Factor and the other team did the other day was not cool?
Well, I mean, I understand you're trying to do what you feel you need to do in given that situation to win the game, but for entertainment value, unless you're a paintball purist, not exactly the most entertaining brand of paintball.
Affixed bayonets.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but that was pretty fun to watch. Right?
That wasn't fun to watch. So I got a question for you guys because I woke up this morning and I was looking at the schedule. And speaking of fun to watch, where are we at with the fact that teams 1 and 2 are in the same Sunday bracket, so they can't possibly meet up in the finals? How do we feel about that?
Well, if I was the team that won, I'd feel great. If I was the team that lost, I'd feel terrible.
Yeah, I played a lot of sports, pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
How would you change it?
Yeah, I don't like our system.
You can put that in the suggestion box.
Yeah. Well, I do it like the semi-pros or all the other divisions here. Teams 1 and 2 are on the other sides, so they have a chance to meet in the finals.
Yeah.
Like
first place, low. Second place, low.
Well, it is, as Silberg's is burning clock off right now. But what's interesting about the way this bracket is shaken up is that, so Impact look amazing in the prelims. Red Legion looked the best out of everyone, but Impact and Red Legion are on the same side of the bracket with each other. So they're going to have to, if let's just say, the winner of this game is going to play Red Legion. The winner of the Bears Infamous match, the winner of the Bears Infamous match plays Impact. Revo Damage plays Red Legion. On the other side of the bracket, it's X Factor, Dynasty, Aftershock, and Heat. So,
yeah, it's just hard that these teams didn't get rewarded.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you would hope that
if I was one of those teams, I would be unhappy. I was unhappy for them, and I got my butt kicked yesterday. I woke up, I thought, oh man, all that work, and then
Well, you didn't completely get your butt kicked on Friday. You guys did a little butt kicking on Friday.
Hey, I got to bunker a lot of people. I was happy. But yesterday I was a pincushion. So my back.
Some days you give, some days you take.
Rich, can you put me somewhere where they can't bunker me in the back? It hurts.
It's that old saying, some days you're the windshield and some days you're the bug.
Yeah. Some days you're the hammer, some days you're the nail.
It was definitely the nail yesterday.
We got a lot of cliches for that one.
I threw a few hammers yesterday, but I took a lot of nails. Hey, I'm here. I'm smiling. My boy won yesterday, so let's go.
So jumping
Rebel's
in.
got to get into this match, man.
Yeah, so we'll see if Rebel can answer. The dreaded 3-point spread is up there. It's 3-0. They're going to risk Ethan Adams, and he gets taken out probably about 5 steps before he got to that inside and out route.
Yeah, Rebel's lost every gunfight. Every breakout. 5-on-3 advantage now as Shorty takes the walk.
Well, Damage is great off-the-break shots, great zone control. I like the play call here from Joey Blute. They send the body up into the middle to control that zone, knowing Salcedo had been going to that spot a lot, and they need points quickly here. And Salcedo gets shot in his first engagement. Beautiful play call here from Damage.
100%. And Tampa Bay Damage is in complete control here. They've won every breakout. They've won every initial exchange. They're in a 5-on-3 situation, up by 3 points, and they're probably starting to think about the finals match. Calm, cool, and collected. They got the field figured out. Got past the bumps of Friday and Saturday. They look much, much better today. Completely retooled. Good job, Joey. Comms are going back and forth with both teams. Rebel dropping another body. 2-on-5 now. And this is where, not to be critical of Damage, but a team this good in a 2-on-5, I want to start to see people shark down the field, right? In a 4-on-2, a 3-on-2, I'm not going to be like that. But in a 5-on-2, let's have some fun, boys. Let's run down the field.
Man, after that first bang-bang point, Damage has just taken over this game.
Listen, every team that comes out here and can win the breakout, right, be up a body or two like Damage is every point, it just has a huge advantage, right?
Yeah, also want to let the paintball community know there was a tragic accident on Father's Day, and Thomas, you had a little more information for us about that.
Yeah. I mean, Grayson Manning, 12-year-old kid, he's really awesome. He kind of just stole a place in our hearts. He played with the TKO kids in the last event. He was playing D5. He got hit by a car, and he's had to have a lot of surgeries and a lot of prayers. He, I think he's opened his eyes now, but he's been in a coma. It's just been really a horrible, tragic accident. So if you're out there, if you're listening, there's a GoFundMe page. You can help his mom. You can help him out. Send out your prayers.
So jumping into this next one here, the Infamous boys got a 1-point lead as the Bears now on the blue side, Infamous on the red side. Good crossfield spread for Infamous. A little forward progression as they're going to crawl Brussels back into the snake 1. They got Jonah Jamrose at the inside wedge, and they got some bodies in the backfield as well, too. Bears, a little bit of forward progression for them, but they're stuck in the pocket a bit here with 6 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. Farthest bodies up is right-hand side of your screen at that wedge mirrored up with Jonah Jamrose.
Good comms for both teams. This is the first, I think, 5-on-5 we've had with these guys. Bears have been dropping bodies early on the break, but they were able to get 5 alive. Oh, Infamous up to D3 over there.
Yeah, Sam making quick moves right to the outside, and when he wraps, he's going to start chopping people up. He is the hammer.
Yeah, he's on their side of the field now. Bears are in trouble here with Sam on their side of the field, D side. Referee running to get the check on the temple on the snake side. For the Bears, looks like he's all right.
So now look at Sam putting the pressure over there in the Doritos. These guys have all turned. Now Tim has the dominance on the snake side, so Bears are really trapped in the middle.
Yeah.
They got to hope their snake player can do something here, but I think Jonah knows he's in there, and he's probably just going to go get him off the field.
That's what I would want him to do, and then Brustleback just cruises right into their snake, right?
Yep. Well, no, now he shot at the corner, so now they know he's in there.
Austin filling out of back center to that can of death. Interesting fill there. Sakaguchi going forward, that's a great move. He needed to get out of that temple. He can support. Oh, too bad though. Sam caught him on the inside.
Yeah, with that 500 there or the 50 Dorito, it's really hard to live in that thing. You got to basically be under it.
It's a really powerful spot to be that far up. And Manners, he gets clipped, trades out with Brustleback. Manners begging for a penalty. We're going to see a major penalty there, I believe, on Brustleback, and that's going to pull out Joe Barrett. Probably going to pull out. It's going to leave just Sam in a 1. Oh, wow. So then a kill here for the Bears. So it's going to be a 2-on-1 in favor of Sam Silberg.
Manners gets a talking penalty. He should have just let Tim get his major.
100%.
He was too busy arguing it. The ref was already throwing the major.
If this is going to want that point back there. And yeah, Brustleback just caught it and did the Matt Jackson, rolled out, gave him a couple more.
Yep.
If Manners just walked away, let the refs do their job.
Well, we'll see how big of a hero Sam Silberg can be right now, or if the Bears can win this high body situation. And with all the chaos that set in, does everyone know the count right now? Are the Bears aware that it's just Sam Silberg in front of them at D4?
Well, and that's what I think's giving Sam the advantage right now. They are not aware.
No.
You could tell by their body. They're like, dude, if I wrap this, someone's going to blow me up from the snake side. And there's so many spots here, you have no clue.
And Austin's got the ball here for the Bears. He needs to start working either up the field or out towards the snake side, widening his angles every time Sam shoots outside or down the tape and can't shoot at Austin. Austin should try to come this way.
Yeah, I mean, Austin is looking inside like he's worried that there's a body somewhere in that forest of bunkers. It looks like he's figured it out, and he's going to come and trade out. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in a 2-on-1 situation.
Yeah, good move by Austin.
Engage, make sure you can trade. Ideally, you'd love to shoot him and not die, but you don't. Hey, this is not 10, man. We're not counting live bodies out here.
Yeah, that was a good move. A little bit of life there in the Bears, huh?
Well, yeah.
Imagine what happens when you survive a breakout.
Manners tried to give that back to Infamous by arguing it, like, ugh.
So what do we do for Revo, guys?
I don't know. They've tried running down the field. That's not working. Now you're down 4-0, so you can't really play the pocket. They're in a bad way.
Yeah, so the number one thing they need to do is survive the breakout, right? They cannot continue to play down on bodies every single point. They've only had one point where they were close on bodies.
Well, Revo was in the wild card round for the Lone Star Major. They beat Diesel, moved on, lost to the Ironman. So they're making some Sundays, but yeah, this is a head shaker for Revo. They really haven't been able to do anything that's been effective here against Tampa Bay Damage. So still 8 minutes and 48 seconds left. Let's see. Hey, step one, get everyone alive to your spots.
Oh, the Revo player is definitely injured. Something's going on. The way he slid into that corner and grabbed his leg, like he couldn't move his left leg, it looked like something.
Caleb Abel.
Something did not hit right going in there.
Not ideal because Caleb Abel's one of their starting 5.
Yeah, and he's been playing really well for him. 5 alive for Revo. This is their first opportunity to get in this game as they get into D2. Shorty in the inset snake in the cut. They're in the center 50 bunker. And now Abel's moving up from the snake corner to snake 1. I think they know that Revo's in that center box there. Agent Smith's on the inside cut, putting a lot of pressure on him.
Rainey being in the snake 1's helping because Revo made a good attack up the middle. I really liked it there.
And they got Shorty watching over him. Now Shorty switches outside, snake side. Caleb Abel communicating that snake 1 is hot. That's Rainey looking inside. Benny Carroll trying to figure out what he can do here in the middle, how he can be creative, put some pressure on somebody, catch a hopper or an angle across the field, but there's a lot of paint coming in on him from a lot of different angles. I feel like if
he got one.
Yep.
Now he's in their side.
See if you can get Rainey.
Well, opportunity here with 5 bodies alive. Revo getting creative up that middle in that center structure, and just 4 bodies on the field here for Tampa Bay, but they have a giant lead to protect with 7:25 to go. So Revo needs to continue to push this offense here as they're going to move a body with Adams into D3.
Really good positioning here for Revo.
They need Sean to play off this. Maybe go run that inside seam into their wedge, take this tower out. So they can blow it open or shoot the can in the back and then get the tower.
Yeah, or if they can put pressure across field on Rainey, dink Rainey out, that would help a lot as well. Everyone's slowing down a little bit here, trying to figure out where the bodies are. Revo moving into the D side corner now with Weaver. Shorty going forward. Oh,
why
Shorty,
wouldn't you
that
just
was
crawl
sloppy.
up there?
Wow, that's too bad.
Why wouldn't you just crawl up there and take the free kill?
Yeah, Shorty goes eyes to the sky in frustration. Oh, and they're going to shoot Benny Carroll out of that center structure as well, too, so it's not looking good. Again, here for Revo as Ethan Adams is going to push up into that crucial 50-yard line on the D side. They still have 2 bodies over there. Weaver's behind them, but it's just Caleb Abel with a possible injury here in Snake 2. They do get the kill on that can as Edwards walks off, so it's a 3-on-3. And another body coming off, another damage player, Chad Boucher, but Weaver comes off as well, too. 2-on-1 now. Yeah, 2-on-1 with just Rainey Stanzik for Tampa Bay after a bunch of kills in a row here, midpoint.
Caleb's got to play here. Got to put pressure on Rainey. Can't let Rainey play one-on-one with the Dorito player.
I mean, if Caleb does have some sort of injury, he's looking pretty good for.
Yeah, maybe it was just a good stinger or something. But when he dove in, he was like not moving that left leg. He was like almost like leaving it in the air and trying to dragging it in. Rainey moving back to the corner there. So whoever is in the Doritos, great job. They were down 3 on
Smith.
4.
Adams.
And he goes and just wraps the outside and starts blowing people away.
As soon as he went to that, I was like, I wonder if he can wrap and shoot. Yep, he can.
Yeah, Ethan Adams is real good.
Oh, big move by Rainey.
Oh, Rainey stands it, catches Caleb Abel sleeping, and now it's going to be a one-on-one.
He's limping, man. I'm telling you, something wrong with that left leg.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Adams doesn't know. Rainey's behind him. Rainey's going to steal this point. Oh!
Adams head on a swivel, and then Adams is going to dig all the way for the buzzer. Did he get there in time, or did Rainey Stanzik put a ball on him? We'll see. The ref's going to give him a check. I don't see any hits on him right now.
What a good move by Rainey. What a good stop by Adams. Man, we playing paintball today, boys.
Yeah, this has been a good – well, that was a really exciting point. Yeah, so
good job, Rain, man. We see you.
Baltimore Revo stays in this match with about 5:15 to go. Now only down by 3.
So they did exactly what Rich said. You cannot lose a body off the break again. So instead they attacked up the middle, and they used that because they weren't making it wide.
Let's listen in here in Revo's pits. Tense moments here on the precipice, getting knocked out of this tournament.
20 seconds.
And there's Ethan Adams, emerging star for Baltimore Revo.
Hey, good job. Give me 6. Shoe on the outside up.
This one's tight, 2-2 here. Bears on the red side, Infamous on the blue side, all locked up with not a lot of time left. First body drop's going to be the Bears, and it's looks like body dropping. Yeah, Ryan Hall going to be taking the walk as well. 4-on-4 situation here. A little bit better field position for the Bears.
Both teams losing a Dorito player off the break. That side is really dicey if you got paint that breaks.
Yeah.
Both teams have a player up in the middle, like snake line, looking cross on the Doritos. Infamous in a little bit of an advantage. They're out in snake 1.
And the Dorito corner.
Yeah, so they're wide over here.
Yeah, big advantage being wide on both of these tapes.
Yep.
Trapping the Bears inside the pocket.
Revo really needs to get out of this corner, and as I say that, they do. Oh, no, sorry, I mean Bears.
Yeah, if they could have kept the Bears in the pocket, this point would have been pretty much over as Infamous advanced forward. But once one guy gets outside and draws the pressure, it allows the other guy usually to slip out to the other corner as well. Jonah putting pressure on that player in the back left corner.
Yeah, and again, with the way this is, it's 4-on-4. There's 2:29 left. We're on Sunday. This one could draw all the way out. This might go all the way down to the last few seconds before someone tries to steal the win to avoid going to overtime. Or we could go in overtime straight into this point because of the even body count and even up on pretty much. I mean, Infamous has a little bit better field position because they're out into D2. That's pretty crucial, especially because the Bears are still in that can, and that can's terrible.
Yes.
Right. I think the X factor here is going to be, what does Sam do? Because Sam's either been like that killer, or he gets caught in that situation.
And he's the body for Infamous in that Dorito. And he's been good, and he plays on his toes. He's an offensive guy. He doesn't like to just sit, look cross field. If you're going to not put pressure on him, he's going to move up.
Problem is, though, he's on the island, right? So if he does die,
that's what I'm saying.
It's a big deal.
Probably he goes and gets some, they win the game. He goes and dies, they probably lose the game.
But that's paintball, right? You're either the hero or it was
the villain.
Or you're bad. Yeah.
I like this move by Jonah, getting up in here.
Yeah, you've got to press to your advantage. You've got to put pressure on that can.
But you want to be close enough, too, in that last, 45 seconds if you're going to go to try to take this point. Right? You got to have someone you can send through and then play off of it.
Yeah, I think Jonah's kind of clears it out, and he's got 2 guys behind him.
Yep. I like them. They're putting the pinch on this can now. You see Zach and Sam, so the Snake 1 and the Dorito 2 are both putting the pinch on that can over there. They're trying to get the weakest player off the field.
Weakest position for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't mean that.
No, I know what you meant.
I don't even know who's in it.
No.
Dang it.
You know the guy who sucks over there in the can?
Under a minute to go here.
And the reason we call under a minute is because the penalties are amplified in under a minute. If you catch a major penalty bad gunfight death down the tape from the Bears player. I think it's Mark Barolo walking out maybe.
Yeah, I think Barolo catching one down the sideline here.
From Zach Patient.
Zach's going to try to go. Oh, and Jonah catches the Dorito player moving out. Is now a 4-on-2 with 37 seconds left.
That's enough time.
Bears are going to have to do some magic here.
Yeah, if this is going to get this.
If Jonah just runs at him, it's over, and he does.
Jonah cuts through the inside, stitches up 1, stitches up 2, doesn't catch a ball.
I would not have hit that.
I would have head checked the clock, and then I would have asked somebody to come. But it doesn't matter. Thumbs up.
Whew, I was like, Jonah, you'll be so mad if you were hit right now. Good job by Jonah. That was exactly the move I was just saying.
But the problem here is if Jonah just hangs out, number one, gets a chance to check himself. Number two, because you're only going to go up by one, it's going to burn a little bit of clock off, force them to concede to give themselves a chance. And now instead of 23 or 24 seconds, a big hug from Dad right here as Papa Jamrose gives his son a hug. That's a pretty proud moment probably for him. But you know what I'm saying? Because then if you pause and wait, then it's going to force the other team. It's going to burn a couple seconds off the clock. Yeah. But now they have a chance, at least that they're still in this.
So you went from a guaranteed win to you left the door slightly open. Not a big crack, but hey, a crack's a crack, and it keeps coming.
And every couple years it costs the team.
Yes, it does.
We've seen it out here over the years a handful of times. So there's still a possibility. But speaking of possibilities, door's starting to close for Revo, but they did make it a game by putting that point up with 5 minutes. So it's a 3-point spread, 5 minutes left, and here comes Revo from the blue side. They're stacking up bodies in this V structure. Body at the 50, body at the wedge.
Second point now that Revo's had 5 players alive on the break. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
The second the snake one comes off of it.
Oh, he got shot across field. Let's see if they get him.
It looks like Sean shot him.
Yep, 4-on-4 now as Revo loses their player from the can of death. Good comms from both teams.
Both teams in the snake one.
Yeah, and 4-on-4, but no one on that D side at all for damage. They have no one on the side. The closest body, for Revo, the closest body is Weaver.
Yeah, people really emphasizing snake side in the middle here. Some squads going with as many as 4 bodies snake side and only 1 D side. The problem with that is when you lose that D side player, you're very, very vulnerable over there. Repositioning there from Benny.
So yeah, damage in a better position because they have some outside containment with body on the D side.
Yeah, and they let him get out to D1 too, Matty. From that can of death out to D1.
Yeah, it's good fill from Edwards. But the thing is, it's up. Revo has to push the issue here.
Yep.
Tampa Bay, look, the spread means nothing right now. Damage is 3-point lead. They have a 4-on-4 situation, but they have that cross-field spread. Top of your screen, D1. Snake 1 with Keith Brown. And then Edwards is going to go into D2. So it's looking real good for damage to try to protect this lead, as long as no one loses gunfights from their spots.
Well, and all they really needed was either this 50 snake brick or the snake 2 to make sure they just contain that guy.
Yep.
And then because then you can come through this seam right here and blow the game open.
Yeah.
Right? Now that they're wide, the seams are a lot harder.
Yeah.
Benny Carroll going to try to force a gunfight over here, snake side. Oh, great comms.
Oh, and Keith get his shot in on Benny Carroll. Man, Keith's feasting today.
Yep. Jason called it. Keith came right over the top, knew exactly where to shoot, and just blew Benny's head off. So 4-on-2 advantage now for Tampa Bay damage. 3 snake side, 1 D side for Tampa Bay. Revo with snake 50, snake 2, and now the can of death. Weaver actually gets all the way out to D corner. Let's see if he gets there alive.
Yeah, big kill. Not able to do it. So that's a really good kill here for Tampa Bay damage to help try to win this game, move on.
Keith takes one, though. He takes one.
Big move.
And then he takes one. Sean gets 2. Oh, man. Sean got 2 on that run through.
2-on-1 now.
And their snake guy's not even looking at the Doritos. He's going to get rocked.
Yeah. I think it's Bo in there.
They need to concede the point here.
I don't know, Matty. You're down by 4.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
you're just gonna give up?
No, you got to send it.
You got 225.
Yeah,
225. You got to rail off 4 unanswered points here.
No big deal.
Yeah, just a couple 40. 440.
No big deal. Yeah, I mean,
440s?
but at least there's a chance, right?
Hey, that's why we do our 440 drills at practice, guys. So in this situation, we can win 4 40-second points.
Hey, if you got a QP, you're running it back to back to back, no matter what, right? You ain't going home without swinging.
Yeah, I mean that's a big ask. That
was a nice move by Sean, though.
Yeah.
2-on-4, he said, you know what, I'm sending it. I just wish when he got the 2, he would have just went down.
Ducked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because then he just gave up the body at that point. It was like almost like, I got 2, what do I do next? Like, dude, you got 2, lay down.
He planned out the first half of that move, just didn't plan out the second at the end of the move.
Well, much closer match here in this one with the Bears just down by 1.
Here we go. Where are Bears going, guy? Where are Bears going? Everywhere?
Pocket.
They got to go. They have a staggered attack, man. No choice. 22 seconds left to go. Got it.
Watch out. That might be a penalty.
Yeah, they bounced 2. They bounced Jonah and Zach.
Yeah, no one coming off right now.
They're 400, though. They're in their side of the field.
On the D side.
On their side of the field again.
Attack coming on the D side. He makes it all the way into their side. His body's starting to get peeled off here for Infamous as Jonah Jamrose takes a walk. But they still have 4 players alive, and that should do it here. Yeah. So the Bears dying on their shields. And Infamous is going to take down the Bears and move on to play Edmonton Impact in the quarterfinals.
Hey, Bears, if you're listening, you had 2 hard bounces on the Snake Temple and the Inset Temple. So great shots. Your shots are dialed in. You just bounce those guys.
Yeah. Zach went running and shooting, took a good shot there.
So Infamous had a second life. They went 2-2 in the prelims, even on the point spread. Typically, you are not going to make it on a Sunday if your point spread's even. Needs to be in that positive area, but they made it into Sunday and made the most of it here in the wild card. They're going to be moving into the top 8. Now, they are going to have to play Edmonton Impact, and in the prelims, Impact looked just as good as everyone except for maybe Red Legion.
I saw it.
10 seconds.
In the pits right now with the triumphant Infamous.
Rebels got to be super frustrated here, right? Nothing they're doing is working.
Well, I mean, they're making Sundays, so they kind of just put that team together, too.
Yeah, on the rebuild for sure. Here goes Shorty. Hey, Revo, 3rd point now with 5 alive.
Okay, he's good.
Bone crawl forward into Snake 2 there, Snake 1. Oh, I like that. Benny's up in the middle again. I like the Rebels not just laying down here. Still trying to win this game. Benny now onto damage inside of the field in that center bunker, and he gets caught by Rainey from the cross shot. Benny's trying to get out of there, but they're punishing him. 4-on-5 advantage for Tampa Bay Damage.
Damage just holding on, crossing it up, and all Rebel's going to see just the tips of those barrels and the edges of a goggle. Oh, they do get a shot in on Rainey Stanzik, though, so... But losing.
Oh, Rainey, and Sean just got shot by his own teammate in the back of the head.
Oh, a little team kill here on Sunday. Never fun.
Rainey's lucky he didn't get a penalty there because he looked at that and went back to playing.
It was weird body language, too, right? I was like, what are you doing, man?
It's not even worth it. You're 4-on-4. 120 left, and Revo has to score 4. It looks like he gets a bounce going into the Dorito, too, there. He self-checked himself.
Yeah, but that's Devin Stewart in the back line there. Needs to get up and support Bowen. Needs to come up and apply some pressure. He's not going to pull this game out by playing in the back. Not 3-on-4 against Tampa Bay Damage.
Under a minute to go, so ship sailed on a potential win here for Revo. Tampa Bay going to be moving on to play Legion.
Here we go. Agent Smith going to... Oh!
That shot on the cross from D2.
Okay.
He shot Devin and then released and then got caught. So 3-on-1 advantage here for Tampa Bay Damage, playing a pretty close to flawless match. They won the first 3 breakouts by a body or 2, and Revo was never able to come back after that 3-point deficit.
Oh, it's good timing. Keith won the youth again yesterday, playing with some kids out here, and now I got to go.
Keith is 26 years old. Okay, he can't keep playing this youth league.
I'm not that old yet, Rich. Give me a little break here. But he's playing with Shot Kids next. They made Sunday in D3.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm going to head over there right after this.
Tell him good luck, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so time ticking off here. Just 8 seconds before Tampa Bay closes the door on Revo's tournament and moves on to play Red Legion. So that's going to do it here for the wild card round. Good job, Tampa Bay Damage and LA Infamous. So the stage is set for that section of the bracket in the quarters. It's going to be Red Legion taking on Damage, and then Impact taking on Infamous. But before we get into that, next up, it's going to be X Factor taking on Dynasty, Aftershock, and Houston Heat here at the 2024 Mid-Atlantic Major League Paintball in Atlantic City. Thomas, thank you so much. Best of luck to your son Keith as he's playing with the Shock Kids, you said?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, I hope for your guys' sake you win this tournament. We'll be right back here on Go Sports. See you in just a few.
The game of paintball is a fast-paced, high-intensity sport. But at its heart, the concept is simple. Shoot your opponents before you get shot, and then march down the field to victory. In the Major League Paintball Pro format, each team fields 5 players at a time. They have a buzzer on their side to protect. Hit the opponent's buzzer, win the point. En route to the buzzer, both teams will be locked in gunfights. utilizing diverse strategies while moving up a field full of bunkers, fighting to get into critical positions. And these strategies could change given the score and the time left on the clock. There's 15 minutes in regulation, and the highest point total wins the game. If there is a tie, then a 5-minute overtime period will be played. This is chess with guns, with no quarter given and no quarter requested. Welcome to Major League Paintball.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano Barrel System here. This kit includes our famous ultra-lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new Nano Tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris, paint, or moisture from entering the bore and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691, and are also compatible with all PWR inserts, including those made by Planet Eclipse, Dye, and Inception Designs. Check them out at crbnpaintball.com.
I might have to let it drop. Let it drop. Let it drop. Let it drop. Let it drop.
Brent is the one that selects everybody that he wants to have show up here at the NXL to represent himself, Air Assault Factory, and Carbon Paintball. We've got an assortment of guys now, kind of a rebuild from our semi-pro days. A pretty aggressive team. We usually identify our opportunities very quickly and then try to exploit them as soon as we can. I would say working with Carbon is unmatched in the industry. From the first day that we joined the program, I felt like I had a voice. I think the thing that sets Carbon apart is just the constant desire to improve. From the time that I get a product, I'm constantly getting bombarded with phone calls, text messages, emails from Walker personally, asking me my thoughts, asking me for my feedback, and I just don't think that you see that elsewhere. I've been at other companies and I've never had that type of interaction. Where you see other brands, they're putting their pro athletes up on the pedestal and they're the ones marketing the product, but at Carbon, you can get your photo up on the website and you can see yourself holding the new product and taking promotional shots, and it's just kind of a cool thing that puts their divisional athletes in the limelight. If you look around here at the NXL events and across the country at regional events, you'll see more and more teams showing up in Carbon jerseys, and there's a reason for that. They're innovating and making new products, which is great. I just think it's the best.
Just isn't a piece of aluminum. It is, you know, potentially that piece right there might be the game winner.
It's still the same great people that invented all this stuff. It's still the same, still made here, built here.
It's a great opportunity for Infamous and Powerhouse to work together, because all of the marketing and all of the interface that they do so well, we do design and manufacturing so well.
The other products that are on the market are good. We're great.
Hey, this is Walker with Carbon Paintball here to talk to you about our SC custom jerseys. To start your team's design, head over to crbnpaintball.com, fill in some team information, including what colors, what template you want to base your jersey off of, upload your main team logo and any sponsors, enter your name and your number, and we're going to kick you back a 3D image of your jersey. The custom jersey is built on a 5-panel design that's all customizable. The jersey features a DWR coating all throughout the jersey, so it is water resistant. It also is stain proof, and it has side mesh venting. The jersey is also very fitted, so it has a compact neck collar, and it also features elastic thumb loops to keep the sleeves in place while you're sliding or running. To start your team design, head over to crbnpaintball.com.
Let me tell them one time, I've been on the grind, feeling real good, yeah, all in my I mean woes. It's flatbeds for the checks, that's the bank roll. I've been killing it, I'm guilty, case closed. Y'all are too basic, my reputation, borderline amazing. Good things coming, they just need a little patience. Ready for whatever, all you gotta do is say when. In my eyes, when I rise, I visualize. I ain't ever taking a break, you taking 5. Even if I ain't got it, know that I'll make the time. On my next move, by the time that the ink will dry. Let me tell them one time, I've been on the grind, this is my prime. Let me tell them one time, I've been on the grind, and this is my prime. Let me tell them one time. Said I'm all in my prime. Let me tell them one time, I've been on the grind, feeling real good, yeah, all in my prime. It's about that time, say your goodbyes, 'cause ain't no match for the way that I grind, yeah, I'm all in my prime.
Really feel like we're not there. We're winning because we're just better. We need to win because we're a better team.
So we're out here right now at Legacy Paintball Park in Lakeland, Florida, not far from Tampa Bay. We have New York Wrecking Crew, we have Tampa Bay Damage, and we're practicing for the AC event. So let's get after it.
Lakeland, Florida. Located midway between Tampa and Orlando, this small, sleepy Central Florida, they've chosen instead to play up in...
Welcome back. 2024 Mid-Atlantic Major, the NXL and Major League Paintball going down in Atlantic City and here on center court. We are now in the quarterfinals, and it's going to be X Factor taking on Dynasty Classic Battle and Aftershock taking on Houston Heat. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford. And who do you got in this one? X Factor, Dynasty? What do you think, Rich?
X Factor Dynasty, I don't know, man. I think it depends on how the game ends up getting played, but it also depends on the breakout here. 5 alive for both teams.
Yeah, Dynasty has had such a heroic run their whole careers, but the past
Axel
4 years they've won half the tournaments. And it looks like the first body to drop, will be Axel Godin, but the battle going down here in the center.
Yeah, center 50
at the 50-yard line.
That's Archie and Billy Bernaccia. 5-on-4 advantage here for Dynasty, Matty, early on in his first point. Danaher moving from back center to the can on the Dorito side for X Factor. I think X Factor plays a little bit more of a standard kind of game plan. Oh, Billy Bernaccia getting shot on the cross shot from the can. 5-on-3 advantage now for Dynasty. Dynasty is more of, I feel like, a read and react, where X Factor is more of a scripted play out there. Danaher gets out to Dorito 1. Oh, he gets caught on the cross shot there from Archie. 5-on-2, Matty. This is all Dynasty, this first point.
Yeah, Dynasty looking pretty good. Both these teams dropped a game in
Oh, Matt Jackson's going to get a penalty.
No, looks like they're going to concede the point. So, yeah, that was a real nice first point here from Dynasty. Greenspan, Arturo, Chris Shear, Marcelo Margot. Boys from Dynasty looking pretty good in point number 1, and this is just, again, a classic battle. Dynasty been better than X Factor, though, past few years, but X Factor has beat Dynasty. So now heading into Chicago Aftershock and Houston Heat.
This is a really interesting matchup. Kind of the new up-and-coming pro guys against the kind of the old salty veteran pro guys.
Well, also, this is a rematch. I mean, Aftershock was on a run. They were beating up on everyone that they played. They had shut out Damage to go 3-0, and then they match up against Houston Heat, and Houston Heat won a 1-point game. So both these teams were 3-1 in the prelims. And we'll see if Houston Heat can do it again, or Chicago. It's just tough to beat the same team twice in a row.
Yep.
So it looks like Houston Heat, Hosky going to be the first to go and move up the field. He gets into the brick, and he's shooting crossfield towards that D side, but 5 alive for both squads. Referee running in and checking out player for Chicago Aftershock. They're on the blue side. First to strike will be Shock. Ryan Moorhead taking the walk.
Tyler Harmon on the attack snake side, Matty. 4-on-5 advantage here for Aftershock. Hosky right on this side of Tyler Harmon. Oh, Tyler Harmon gets a cross shot on D1. LJ Parrish was playing sloppy over the top as if he didn't know that the most important bunker on the field was hot.
Yeah, and
4-on-4 now.
And Parrish has been real solid for Chicago Aftershock all weekend long over there on the D side, so that's a huge kill for Tyler Harmon. And Tyler Harmon's going to pop the top, and he's going to trade out with Hosky. Oh, major penalty? Minor. It's going to be a major.
Because he shot him.
Yeah, major assessed on Tyler Harmon, so turns the 2-pack into 3 bodies coming off here for Heat. and that's just going to leave one body alive for Houston Heat in a 1-on-3, and it's Mishka Kesnev in the back corner bunker.
Tyler Harmon, not a player who draws a lot of penalties.
Yeah, uncharacteristic, especially majors.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I saw Tyler get a major. So great first point there for Shaw, kind of a back and forth, drop one, shoot one until that penalty there on Tyler Harmon. Tyler Harmon shot the cross Dorito, so he thought, hey, I've already shot a guy. If I can get my guy out of my space, then I've cleared out a key bunker. I've got 2 kills. I'm doing pretty good. Unfortunately, the referee must have seen him get a shot from an angle that we couldn't see and drew the penalty there.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Houston Heat because Tyler was feeling it. It was looking good. I like that inside move. Hosky had his gun that way, so couldn't see if it was the shot from Hosky as they traded. They decided to pull the major on, or if it was another crossfield shot, but he had shot that D-side player, which is why he made that move that way. So it must have been the trade with Hosky. So now, see if X Factor can answer. Dynasty up by 1 as we're about to get into point number 2, looking over San Diego Dynasty's shoulders. And they're on the red side, X Factor on the blue side. And
Dynasty losing 1.
Yeah, Dynasty going to be losing the legend, Ryan Greenspan.
They do get outside on the Dorito side, though, Maddie. To Dorito 1, Snake Temple with Blake, Snake 2, and then the inside Snake Temple. I think that's Danny inside Snake 2, crossing up the field, looking to put pressure on the D side for X Factor. 4-on-5 advantage here for X Factor. X Factor with Billy Bernacci and Snake 1 looking inside. Axel up in the South Electronics bunker. Meter filling from the inset temple to the snake cut there.
Yeah, 1 body advantage right now for X Factor. They don't have anyone wide yet on the D side, and Dynasty does. And a little bit better field position in the snake as well, too, with Danny Schonauer.
I know it's late, Matty, but I'm calling this the snake cut now. That's what I'm calling that now.
Snake cut,
I don't know if it's going to stick or not, but I'm trying.
We're 20 games in.
I know.
Now that's when you want to change the names of things,
sorry.
huh?
Snake cut. I don't know if you guys have heard online or not, but
hey, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Just wish you had brought that up on Friday morning.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That Thursday, that extra Thursday threw me off.
Yeah, looking at Chris Shear.
Great shot of those Doritos too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and you can see here. So if this is first day watching some pro paintball, you can see that D1 is a little inset, so you have to get out into D2 to gunfight down that sideline.
Yeah, when Maddie says D2, that's referring to the Dorito or the triangle-shaped bunkers on the field. They look like a Dorito chip. Unless you're in England, then they look like a tea bag.
Tea bag, yep.
Good columns from both teams as X Factor moves up on the teabag side of the field. Axel gets into that little wing. He really likes that position over there, Matt. He releases from that South Electronics bunker, gets there, wraps, and if you're not outside, he can put a lot of pressure on the center of the field. Luckily for Dynasty, they've got Chris Shear up in D2.
Well, we just got a shot from the D-side angle, so just remember mentally that when we're getting a shot on the D-side angle, as Axel got in, that it's flipping. Everyone's going to be on one side or the other to start out the points. Currently, it's X Factor blue side, Dynasty red side. Also interesting and a lot of faith that Coach Kevin Brettauer has in the 2 new guys on Dynasty, Harrison Fry and Danny Schonauer getting a spin together here.
Yeah, and Harrison and Axel are having a great little cross-field battle. Now Axel switches and having a battle with Chris Shear. Chris Shear might have been shot. Nope, he's okay. Referee runs in, checks, and runs back out. So still 1 body advantage here for X Factor. Only down by 1 point. Plenty of time left. And this is probably what we're going to see kind of for the rest of the day. These are the positions you want to be. You want to be 3 guys here on the snake side. Ideally, 2 guys on that D side. And the change up to that is occasionally having a guy go up the middle to break through if you need to. But in the position Dynasty's at, they can completely shut down and control the snake side, the D side, and the center of the field from those 3 spots. And the fact they have Chris outside on the D2 is just a bonus.
Yeah, and so it's a little bit of a longer one because X Factor in these situations, so they're down a point, but they're up a body. And they have good position, so they're just being extra careful to make sure they don't make any mistakes and run into guns.
Yep.
And so that's going to elongate the point a little bit because Dynasty does have a lead to protect, and they also have to be extra careful because if they drop 1 more body and turn it into a 5-on-3, it's probably going to be a pretty easy point here for X Factor. So hence the little bit of some slow gunfighting here.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't say slow, it's more of
Cautious.
tactical, cautious.
Yeah. And Chris Shear, he knows he's on the island, right? And when we say on the island, we mean he knows he's the kind of only person on that side of the field for Dynasty. So his priority is not eliminating people. His priority is staying alive, right? Just don't die, because if you die, obviously Axel's going to turn the corner. Axel gets it from the wing into D3, little lateral movement there. Good little reposition. He'll be able to either look inside and put pressure across on Harrison and Danny, or come down the tape and exchange with Chris. Man, I don't think anyone's even shooting their guns anymore, Maddie.
Yeah, this is devolved into a little bit of a pillow fight, but again, just based on the situation that we broke down, I mean, everyone wants to get deep in this tournament, and they have to get through these squads first, so there's a lot at stake right now. You know, it's been a while since X Factor won a tournament, and San Diego Dynasty did not make it to Sunday at the second event, so they also really want to advance into semis.
Oh, Blake's got to be careful he doesn't draw a penalty here.
So Blake Yarber getting shot out of that Aztec, and now that's that 5-on-3 in favor of X Factor we were just speaking on.
That was Billy Burnett just standing over the top of Snake 2, making that incredible shot, Maddie, sorry. Man, great comms now. Yeah, I mean, it's a pillow fight, but it's an aggressive pillow fight. You know what I mean? It's not like a super soft pillow fight. Billy now communicating to Meter. Meter's communicating to Axel, so he's getting the communication from the Snake side all the way over to the Dorito side. They've got a two-body advantage here, and now they're just trying to figure out how to dig Chris Shear out. If they can dig Chris Shear out, this 5-on-2 will be easy for them, but if they can't dig Chris Shear out and they've got to start to break this cross here Snake side, X Factor could lose 2 or 3 bodies just trying to get through that gap. Again, this point is slowed back down here. Lots of time left in the match, only a 1-point difference in the score. Here comes Meter Ninos crawling up forward. He's going to try to get the cross shot on Chris Shear. Stands up high, scanning, looking for the shot, doesn't see it. Chris is playing very tight over that Dorito.
Yeah, this is a real long point here. Can Dynasty pull off this 3-on-5? X Factor still not risking anything with this 2-body advantage. At some point in time, they are going to have to push forward. They're the one with no points on the board. There goes a risk as they get across into that 50-yard line.
I was going to say, Axel's kind of got the ball over there because the D side is easier to get through than the Snake side when they're on the cross. I'd like to see one of the X Factor players swing over and kind of back Axel up on that D side tape.
Yeah, he could use a little help over there. They got 3 bodies basically dedicated towards the Snake side here, Rich, with, you know, Meter in his spot. He's looking cross field, and then Billy's behind him, and then TJ's just focused on protecting.
Yeah, and TJ's just there kind of watching that gap kind of out of play a little bit, right? Like, he's not really shooting his gun, not really communicating a ton. Like to either see him apply a little bit more pressure or more maybe swing over and try to help Axel get through that tape.
Yeah.
Referees are signaling back and forth, making sure they have the best angles possible, so when a move does go down, they're in a position to make that call.
Meter's totally focused on Chris Shear, hoping he can catch. But this is Chris's thing, man. Chris is so good in these situations. He won an MVP award playing on an island for San Diego Dynasty in one of their big wins. And you can see him over there in that D2. He's got Axel Godin in front of him, got another body to worry about with, I believe, Meter, who's at D2. But Chris is going back and forth.
6:50 left, Maddie. 4-on-3 advantage here for X Factor. X Factor 2 Snake side. I'm sorry, 3 Snake side, 1 D side. Dynasty with 2 in Snake side, 1 D side.
Yeah, so still over the shoulder here of Chris Shear, San Diego Dynasty with those 2 bodies in front of him. This is the opposite angle. It's the D-side angle. And you can see how close Axel Godin is. He's at that 50-yard line, and he's focusing on trying to catch Chris Shear. But Chris Shear's been looking inside, trying to see if, because, you know, one of the best ways to finish on this field is to punch through the center. Thing is that X Factor doesn't have any bodies in position to do that, as they've dedicated 3 bodies this way. TJ's totally focused on keeping... Now, Meter's actually going to go back. I like that a little bit, as Meter's going to go back and kind of get a better angle. And here goes Axel. Axel Godin's going to launch. Does he get the trade? He doesn't even trade. He stays clean. He's going to get that inside kill on Harrison Fry, and then it's going to be Danny Schonauer who pops the top, knows he's the only body left alive, and he gets blasted. So it's going to be X Factor putting a point on the board. They were very cautious, but very proficient, and we now got a 1-point or a tied game 1-1.
Great move there from Axel. I think they had it a lot longer. I forgot there was a second guy on that tape, so they had that extra body advantage over there. So Axel finally was just like, I'm going to go through. He definitely had the ball. Great move there.
In the pits right now with X Factor. Got to be feeling the momentum right now, shifting their way. There's Axel Godin. Made the move to win that point.
One of the strongest players to ever come out of Europe.
Yeah, that move on the, I mean, it was, hey, we've got a lot of Sunday paintball to play, but that was the move that was the difference in that
Clutch.
point. So
Clutch.
Pate Smith Law giving out money for move of prelims and move of Sunday. He's the lawyer that represents clients fighting their insurance companies and property claims. So if you need help, throw the pod trick here from Fedorov, but it doesn't actually get to the bunker, and also they weren't there yet. So Hosky wasn't at that spot before. So now Fedorov's going to, let's see if he sacrifices another pod to do the pod throw trick.
Shock did bounce the player going to the Dorito can on the break. Hard bounce. Oh, Hosky gets shot. Cross shot from Ryan Moorhead, standing up tall in that D2, shooting down into that cut.
That was a huge kill from Ryan Moorhead, former MVP award winner at World Cup and one of their victories.
And LJ Parrish is taking the walk from the far side. So 5-on-3 advantage here for Houston Heat, Matt. Oh, Ryan Moorhead getting shot, Matty. So 4-on-3 advantage here for Houston Heat.
Tyler Harmon going to crawl up with the death of Ryan Moorhead. But those 2 bites, so it's a 4-on-3 situation here in favor of Houston Heat. Both teams with outside containment, forward progression. A little bit better for Houston Heat as they have Tyler Harmon in Snake 2 and Fedorov at the wedge inside.
Yeah, Aftershock gets out to D1. That's the Dorito corner looking inside. A-Rod's in Snake 1. Thomas Kim in the Snake insert, putting Snake side temple, trying to put pressure crossfield to the Dorito side. Love the cross with Fedorov and Tyler that close together, and Mishka backing those 2 guys up. That's a really strong package over here, Snake side. And see, Matt, these are the positions that over the event that teams have decided, hey, these are the spots we want to play in, right? We want to be in this big wing on the inside. We want to be in this big Snake brick 2. We want to be in this temple behind them, supporting them. We want to try to be in Dorito 1. We want to try to be in Dorito 2. From those best 5 positions on the field, now we just have to make good decisions, try to make good gunfights, and use teamwork to get our points.
Yeah, Houston Heat, similar situation that X Factor was in the last point in this set. Oh, and they blast A-Rods. Alex Rodriguez walking off. Not looking good here for Shock. Just 2 bodies for them in a low body situation. And a big advantage for Houston Heat to try to make this a match with a lot of time to play. 11:40 still here in regulation.
4-on-2 as Houston Heat gets ready to drop the hammer on the 2 remaining Aftershock players. Thomas Kim in the Snake Temple. And I can't see who's in the D corner. It's probably Corey Hall.
Fedorov crawling up now to get to that crucial 50 brick position.
Oh, Mishka getting sneaked out by Corey Hall in the cross shot, Matt.
Amazing shot by Corey Hall to try to make this one interesting here, and it's definitely getting that way. Now it's only a 3-on-2.
Yeah,
still in favor of Heat.
Tyler makes a move into Shock's side of the field in the Snake 2.
Tyler Harmon probably hungry to get one back here for his boys as he did draw that major in that first point, and he's going to get that kill.
3-on-1, Matty.
On Thomas Kim. That leaves just Corey Hall cross field in D2 here for Chicago Aftershock.
And Corey's been eliminated. Great point there for Houston Heat, and we got ourselves a game, 1-1.
Yeah, tied up in both games right now.
That's what we like to see.
Absolutely.
Thank you, paintball patrons and gods. We appreciate it. This is fancy. Got a little thermi cup there. Nice job, buddy.
Well, when you got a wife that likes those really fancy thermos,
the finer things in life.
Yeah, you get cool gifts occasionally. So jumping back into the pits here. Let's listen in real quick. Houston Heat.
Yeah, I just shot Hosky. I just shot Hosky, then I was
30 seconds.
Yelling to Houston, and it zinged right off the
Yeah, you were going to get it.
Hey, just so you know, too, if you're ever in D1 in there in Houston, if he shoots off the outside of the baby, he fucking zings right into you. So I had just stood up, shot Hosky, and I was yelling to Houston, and he shot right off the baby enemy.
Sounds like Ryan's talking about getting shot on the bounce shot there.
I'm just saying it's there. So be careful.
Here we go. Big point, Matty. 2 of the best teams in the world. Let's see who wins this breakout. Axel changing it up, going out Dorito side. 4. X Factor gets out there alive. 5 alive for both teams, Matt. Great breakouts. I didn't see anybody even get bounced that breakout. X Factor repositioning a little bit faster to the Snake side field with Billy Bernacci in the Snake corner.
Yeah, so both teams with the body now here at the Snake. Archie Montemayor for Dynasty is up on his feet, and he's looking inside, try to get that crucial crossfield angle if they attack up on the D side here for X Factor. But, oh, and look at this, though, as Dynasty's going to get that inside kill. here, and it looks like Meter Nino's forced to take the walk. That's a huge one for Dynasty. They got a one-body advantage right now in this tie ball game with just 5 minutes to go, but then they're dropping a body on the other side of the field, and it's going to be Ryan Greenspan taking the walk.
And he got that key kill from that position that no one's playing, that wing side Dorito.
Yeah, so he gets that kill, takes a risk to do it, right? So, but then it did end up casting his body, but at least Ryan went one kill and then died.
Yep, 4 on 4.
But that allows, but getting that kill on Meter, it gives this position to Archie, and now everyone, they're totally focused. The wedge, Matt Jackson, I believe, totally focused here on Archie Montemayor.
4 on 4. Similar field positions for both teams. Again, most teams isolating on these tapes. 3 on the D side, 3 on the snake side, 2 on the D side. Oh, Axel getting shot of that corner.
Yeah, I think that was Archie.
Standing up tall, shooting across, huh?
Yeah. Either that or Marcelo.
On the hard route from D3. Looks like Dana able to get out to that Dorito corner. That's a great fill, getting out of that can of death.
Well, a triple stack of bodies here for Dynasty on the snake side, as they're going to be pushing Chris Shear up into the 50-yard line. So it's looking real good for Dynasty. They definitely control the real estate.
Matt Jackson getting creative.
Yeah, Matt Jackson's trying to get creative in the middle, but TJ Danner got taken out from that D side, and that's going to force a concession. So even though it was 2 on 4 with just a little under 4 minutes to play, Coach Ryan Brand decided he'd seen enough. Let's get it back to 5 on 5. We've got to spot Dynasty that point. We need that time. So Dynasty taking a 1-point lead.
Yeah, that point was really, really close until X Factor lost Axel out of that corner, and then it kind of devolved from there. I like to see both squads kind of moving their personality around a little bit, changing Axel to that tape, Ryan going to that tape, Ryan playing offensively early in the point instead of late in the point.
Yeah, I like that play call. I mean, we've seen Axel over here on the snake side, but they flipped him over to the D side, so they had a little bit more wheels and some offense over there. And now going to be jumping into this tie ball game here, looking at Houston Heat, and they're starting 5. Dizon going to be getting a spin with Ryan Moorhead. So that's the line on the D side for Houston Heat. And it looks like Fedorov, though, getting shot off the break. Ryan Moorhead as well, too. So Chicago Aftershock. And one of the things they were doing so well in the prelims was shooting bodies on the break. And they're now in a 5 on 3. They do throw away one body, though, as Alex Rodriguez cannot stay alive in that tiny little back center bunker.
Yeah, he stayed over the top just a fraction of a second too long, Matty. He saw those 2 guys walking off, wanted to get a good scope on where the last 3 bodies were, and just caught one random ball as he was going back down. 4 on 3 advantage as Houston Heat drops another body, so 4 on 2 advantage now for Shock. And this is what Shock has been doing really well in the break, is winning the breakouts and then playing off the offensive Hosky. And Parrish. Yeah, Parrish and Hosky really stepping up for Aftershock. One of the only teams that have guys on both teams, both tapes attacking, and really great break shooting. Man, this is we got like a double finals matches. This could be the finals. The next game could be the finals. The next game could be the finals.
Rich, that's a good point, as we're in the pits with Heat. When I looked at how the bracket shook out here, I thought it was interesting that we got X Factor and Dynasty, and then how Shock and Heat had already played each other. But they had, those are with the roster that Shock has, legendary name, and very experienced players that have won tournaments. But they just put that team together. They haven't had a ton of practice, as we're only halfway through the year. But yeah, I agree. And then with both Impact and Legion, Red Legion on the same side of the bracket, they look the best in the prelims, those 2 teams. So they're going to, if they both win these next games coming up in the quarterfinals, yes, I agree. Every single match in the quarters is essentially, something that's happened in the finals in years past. Ryan Greenspan gets sweet spotted off the break.
Dynasty dropping 2, Matty. 5 on 3 advantage here for X Factor as Marcelo gets shot going into the snake. 5 on 2 advantage. 4 on 1 advantage here for X Factor, Matty. Only Archie left in the snake insert bunker. Unfortunately, and Archie's been eliminated. X Factor's going to probably burn off a couple seconds here because those bodies left so fast. It's going to take them a while to make sure that there's not somebody hiding. But they're going to win this point and tie this game back up. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so X Factor just scanning the field, being extra careful that they're not going to step on a landmine, but the work's already been done. I mean, unless there's somebody hiding that we don't see.
Nope, figured out.
Yeah, pretty sure. But I don't think Dynasty brought 6 players out.
Nope, 4 on 0. They will figure it out. They got plenty of numbers even if they don't figure it out. They step on a landmine. Dan, everyone's so cautiously moving around. Nobody wants to make a mistake.
Yeah, it's hard to keep the count out there sometimes when
sure.
the bodies drop that fast. If you get a body here and then 30 seconds later you shoot another body and then another 20 seconds you shoot, it's really easy to keep the count.
Well, and you can find a spot and just stare at those guys walking off the field, right, and get that count perfectly. But then you're not playing paintball, right? You're not shooting at somebody. You're not talking to somebody. You're just watching bodies. So
yeah,
everybody emphasizes putting pressure on other guys and kind of miss one or two guys leaving the field, and that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah, Tim Stetzel, such a good story. Tim Stetzel initially came up with New York Extreme.
Great kid, man.
Broke his shoulder, so had to deal with that severe injury for a while. Got some work stuff figured out, and now picked up by San Antonio X Factor because his boy Billy Bernaccia plays on the team, and he's Matt Jackson pumped up right now.
Off break. You guys shot Marcelo on the fill. Kill 3.
He just let him know, hey, we got here.
Keep up the good work.
Deal. Yeah, let's try to keep that count. But yeah, Tim Stetzel's been getting a lot of spins out here for X Factor, and he's been playing really well. Been hearing about that kid for probably 5 years now, so it's exciting to see him finally get out and be healthy and able to get and play some paintball. So jumping back into this next one here, oh my God, Konstantin Fedorov. Is it 2005 all over again?
We actually on New York Extreme, we actually call it the Fedorov when you just run from back center into the 50 bunker by going around the corner.
But it cost them though. So body coming off right now for heat, and but they do shoot Corey Hall. Corey Hall is kind of got his arms up. John had a referee. I'm not sure what he's begging for, maybe for a penalty on Fedorov, and they're going to get a minor, and it's going to be maybe on Corey for talking.
Maybe. I do see Corey's point, though. If Fedorov did get shot on that run to that brick and shooting the whole way, then that's a minor penalty, right, if he got shot somewhere there? Because once he was in the snake, obviously nobody shot him.
Yeah, it's a major if you shoot someone or if you get shot and try to play on or get rid of your hit. That's a gross major.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah, but I think that might have been a penalty on Corey for talking.
Those are the worst penalties. Heat with 3 now.
So Houston Heat, they're going to tie this up.
Yep, right back in this game. Man, Fedorov looked fast, running and shooting from the back. And I thought to myself, like, is he going to run and shoot all the way to the 50? And then I didn't see the paint come in on him. And then I was very surprised when we got that check and they pulled him out. So, yeah, that's what A-Rod's saying. Like, hey, I shot that guy in the run, and he got all the way here, and you didn't throw a penalty. So that's probably what Corey was John about as well.
I'm guessing. That would make the most sense based on the situation.
Yeah. Had a talk with Jason this morning, and, they're constantly trying to improve and, do a better job of reffing. We all know it's a tough job, and we think they're doing a great job out there. But it is a very, very tough job, and mistakes will happen.
San Diego Dynasty, San Antonio X Factor, all locked at 2 and barely any time left in this one.
See who wins this breakout, Maddie.
Dynasty on the blue side, X Factor on the left, on the red side. And here we go. Dynasty staying more in the pocket, not risking anyone out wide. Looks like X Factor's going to risk Axel Godin and another body, and then both bodies come off. So this is a big break for Dynasty with just 2:20 left to go. San Diego Dynasty trying to punch their ticket in the semifinals. Immediate concession from San Antonio X Factor. I feel like he had to do that. You can't let Dynasty play a 5-on-3 with 2:17 because eventually they're going to most likely put it together. It just puts your 3 players in a really tough situation. So
especially with them all in the pocket, right? Had they gotten outside, maybe Ryan would let that go a little bit longer. But, I mean, they were in the can of death, back center, which is horrible, or that little temple. I mean, they were just in bad spots.
Let's listen in real quick.
Think about it. Every time we lined up, I know what I'm doing, right?
Here we go, short. Either we bust it hard or we go short.
You want to do Tiger, then go up to the first?
Hey, good shooting, guys!
Like lots of guns up
Ryan, wait for your life.
Yeah.
Send me Utah.
Hey, I was only in there for 20 seconds, so don't count your chickens, buddy.
Don't count your chickens.
Or do you want the gun on?
Chicken counters.
Good job making your spot. Nice job.
Here we go. Aftershock breaking out from the red.
Man, we got 2 really close games here, Rich. And it looks like they're going to be losing. Heat's going to be losing Ronnie Dizon, trying to extend out to that D1. Parrish makes it for Shock, and Hosky is already at the 50-yard line in the V here in the Snake.
5-on-4 advantage for Aftershock. A-Rad moving up to the center temple. Hosky shooting cross pressure into the rear side temple. Tyler Harmon getting a check and a penalty. Wow, 2
I
penalties
can't
in
even
one match for
remember the last time, Rich, sorry to interrupt, that we saw Tyler get 2 penalties in one match.
Nope. Yeah, and what happened there is he tried to go forward from the small temple, got caught, went back. I don't think he knows he got caught in the pack, obviously. Wow. Shock is looking good here.
There's still 8-19 in this one.
A lot of time left, but Shock is looking good still, right? I mean, they're winning every one of these breakouts.
Yeah, they are definitely winning. And that was the magic of Shock in those first 3 games. And all the teams that are playing well. They're shooting tons of bodies on the break.
And it's okay if you don't shoot anybody as long as you don't lose anybody, right? But if you're losing people and not shooting people, you're probably not going to be very successful at this level.
Now in the pits. We were in the pits there with Shock as Tom Martinez on the clipboard trying to figure out what play he wants to run next.
I would just do the one where you shoot everybody and don't die, because that's working really well. Whatever that, I don't know if that's play 1 or play 2. Could be
I think that's play 3 for them.
It could be play 3, yeah. Axel back on the D side for X Factor.
Only 2:16 to go.
They shoot Axel going Dorito corner.
And Dynasty's off the break. Shots are lasered in right now. Ooh, running referee coming in to check out one of the bodies for Dynasty at the tower, and it looks like he's good to go. Arturo Andrade is going to dive and scurry his way into Snake 1.
5-on-4 advantage for Dynasty, playing from the red side of the field.
So, Rich, Dynasty going with the pocket play here. Yep. Heavy guns and a pocket play, not risking anybody but Arturo, and Arturo is able to make it clean. So it's looking pretty good here for Dynasty with a minute and 48. So look for X Factor to start launching this attack, even down that body. They have no choice.
Yeah, the only place Dynasty is weak right now is on the D side, because they haven't been able to get out to D corner or D2. So they're contained from the South Electronics bunker, the Death bunker, this way on the Snake. If Axel, sorry, it was LJ that got shot on the break, not Axel. Axel's now filling out D side for X Factor. If Axel can get out to the corner and fill forward, but they let Chris Shear fill that Doritos, that kind of seals the fate there for.
Ooh, Chris might have caught one though, Rich.
Did you
see that?
I can't tell if it was on the edge of the bunker or the edge of him.
He wasn't completely tucked in, but
clean.
No, he's gone.
Oh wow, that's a huge kill. Now not only is it equal on bodies, but he was the farthest body out on that side. If they can bully Ryan now in that South Electronics bunker. Oh, huge kill from Archie there. Huge kill eliminating Mita Ninos from the 50 Snake mat.
Yeah, and a fascinating story here because, Archie became one of the best players in the world by helping X Factor win a bunch of tournaments throughout a decade, and then decided instead of retiring, he was going to go and play with San Diego Dynasty, and he's really helped them out winning MVPs for them. So it gets a shot. It's just a cool story.
I like this.
There's only 37 seconds left. They have to try putting it together here. They have no choice, even with the loss of meter. They got TJ Danner still alive. Billy Bernacci's in the Snake. TJ cutting through the middle.
He gets a kill.
And TJ Danner gets a shot in on Archie Montemayor, and they shoot Arturo Andrade. So that leaves just 2 bodies for Dynasty. Rich, but only 20 seconds left to go. Can they close the gap? Ryan Greenspan's going to come over, and he's going to get diced up. I think they have enough time, but they got to launch. So they shoot Marcelo Margot out of that back center, and they have 8 seconds. Billy is fast enough to get this in there. Can he get there in time? He's going to get there with just 3 seconds to go, and San Antonio X Factor is going to force an overtime point right now. What an amazing job. I thought it was going to be San Diego Dynasty because they had the bodies alive, but the death of Archie, the death of Arturo really opened up the door. That put Greenspan and Margot in a terrible position, but it started out with a very uncharacteristic death by Chris Shear because Chris Shear got into that spot, but he just exposed his shoulder a little too much, and they made him pay.
Man, and Dynasty's going to be super frustrated because they were in the key positions, right? All Chris and Arturo had to do was not die there. They didn't have to, I'm not asking you to go shoot 5 guys. I'm just asking you to not die for the next minute and 30 seconds. Great job by X Factor getting those 2 kills and then blowing through up that center seam.
So it's going to come down to the break as it typically does here. So when we head into overtime, we're not going to play that 3 seconds. Well, probably not. But when we head into overtime, who's going to live on the break? That's going to kind of set the stage. Now we saw a ton of overtimes in the prelims, 8 or 9, but we only saw 1 set of one-on-ones because if we get through the 5 minutes overtime, then we play one-on-ones. And body coming off early, and it's going to be Konstantin Fedorov again. So Shock's looking pretty good right now. Referee in there checking out. Ryan Moorhead now on the Snake side.
Yeah, Ryan Moorhead taking a big swing going from D side all the way over here to Snake side. Start off in that South Electronics bunker. Now he ends up 2 feet away from Ryan Hosky.
It's Hosky. They both are in there, and they're both rolling their guns inside. They know they're there. Hosky for sure knows that Ryan's there because the ref was in there checking Ryan.
Yep.
So Hosky's thinking about maybe running around, but he's got to be careful because Chad George is posted up at that Aztec and watching that zone.
And Ryan Moorhead's taking a lot of heat from the can D side. Hosky goes forward and gets him. Does he get in there alive?
Oh, Hosky
does.
stays alive. So Hosky, you have a 1-point lead. There's 7:30 left. Just chill. Oh, man, you should have just laid down and hid.
Yep, he's got A-Rod behind him. A-Rod doesn't know the snake is hot in front of him. A-Rod gets caught sloppy down the tape, not knowing that there was it. All they needed to do was keep Ryan Hosky alive there, Matt. You called it.
Chad George is having one right now because he just dipped in. I'm not sure who shot Hosky, but it might have been Dizon maybe from the can. But the death of Hosky was a tough one because if he had just laid down and hid, that means Chad George would not have been able to engage necessarily with A-Rod.
100%.
But then Chad George shoots A-Rod. So Chad George stepping up right now for Houston Heat. They need it. 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go. Looking at LJ Parrish here. This is from our D-side cam, so the angle is flipped.
Yeah, good job, LJ, sneaking into that D3. He can put cross pressure on Chad George there. Ryan Dizon's got to get out of that can, Matty. He's got to get out to that D side. Mishka over here backing up. Snake side for Houston Heat.
Rich, especially with Parrish all the way into D3.
Yeah, just really putting that angle across. Chad George looks like he just took one in the pack. Nope, bouncer.
Oof.
Yeah.
Chad George got a force field right now. Crucial moments. This point you get a little bit longer with the setup here because Shock doesn't need to push forward. They're the ones that have the advantage because they have the lead. Chad George is going to do a little tactical retreat to get back into the wedge.
Yeah, see if he can put an angle in on LJ Parrish.
Man, I would love for Ronnie, if you're a Heat fan, to get out of that. I mean, he's perfect paintball size, but that D1 is a much safer spot than that can. That can is a rough place to be.
Yeah, you can have a few friends over in that Dorito, but you're all by yourself in that can at best.
Shock also with the body in the can, and they also have Thomas Kim out wide here, snake side, 3-on-3 situation. So this definitely favors Shock because of the forward progression of LJ Parrish and the outside containment from Thomas Kim here. So Dizon, Mishka, Kiesnev, and Chad George going to have to get a little creative here.
Mishka goes from the snake temple, snake corner, now into snake one, shooting down the tape. He's going to go forward. Giving Houston Heat 2 players here, snake side, 1 player in the Dorito can. Three on three. There's all the positions on the screen.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough position for Heat because they have to find a way to mount some sort of offensive push here in the next 5 minutes, and they've got Aftershock in, unfortunately for Heat, in pretty good positions, especially with the fact that who Parrish has just been a lion over there on the D side for Chicago Aftershock all weekend long, and if he can stay alive on that island, I mean, kind of everyone's on Thomas Kim's on an island, Parrish is on an island. Chad George and Mishka are close together, but Dizon is on an island.
Yeah, and Corey Hall's also in that really sketchy can of death there, too. He might want to think about repositioning, either to back up LJ Parrish or to swing this way with Thomas Kim. Good comms from both teams, just trying to figure out where the bodies are, where the zones are. Neither team wanting to make a mistake here in this very close game. 4:20-ish left. And this is what we're going to see. We're going to see Sunday Paintball on Sunday morning here in Atlantic City. Best players, best teams in the world competing to see
we got
win this championship.
And Rich, we got some good games.
Oh yeah, great brackets, great games, and we've seen a lot of really good play this weekend, right? A lot of high level stuff.
Yeah, I mean for the most part, we have a ton of close games. Some blowouts yesterday morning, but for the most part, it's been really good paintball out here on this layout. But now under 4 minutes to go, and Chicago Aftershock's going to be totally fine with Heat slow playing this as much as possible because they have this outside containment and they have the lead, most importantly. So Parrish absolutely has to stay alive in that D3 because he's in the most potent position here for Chicago Aftershock.
Good reposition there from Chad. Now they're trying to double up Mishka and Chad George against LJ Parrish on the cross.
Chad George and Parrish either just shot a paintball out of the air, or Parrish shot the bunker in front of him, but there was a big explosion right in front of Parrish. But it wasn't on him. It was, that was, might have been, sometimes that happens.
Yep.
Ooh, so Chad George is going to commit now past the 50-yard line. He has no choice. He's had a good point so far here, and he is a legend. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he retires. Parrish is now going to move up. Parrish gets to that 50-yard line, And he's moving that bunker around. Referee going to check him out. Does he? No, he's still alive.
Chad George,
oh,
not.
and they get the shot in on Chad George. So now it's a 2-on-3 situation with just under 3. And then Mishka's going to get shot. Parrish is going off here. LJ Parrish, Corey Hall, and Thomas Kim playing aggressive, playing safe. And, man, what an amazing job by Chicago Aftershock to extend the lead slightly. And now Houston Heat's going to have to go offense here, Rich.
Yep. Great little 3-on-3 point. Great move there from LJ Parrish, taking the risk, going on to Houston's Heat's, the last read over there, back shooting, getting that key kill against Chad. Great work there from LJ Parrish.
Yeah, and good job by Corey Hall. Corey Hall was in that can the whole time. That's a really tough bunker to stay alive
100%.
in for an entire really long point. And then Thomas Kim also on an island over here on the snake side, he also stayed alive the whole time. So
to be fair, as New York Extreme, we trained Corey Hall on how to stay alive in the can and play so well, and he's just illustrating.
Oh, you're trying to take the credit for this?
No. That's what he did really well for us last season.
Yes,
though,
he
so
did, yeah.
He's definitely polished in that position.
Yeah. Corey Hall has had an interesting run, man. You know, coming out of Arizona with elevation. Scott's elevation got paintball famous by pulling off low body situations. And then went to the Ironman, helped them win in 2020 in Vegas. And then going to Extreme, helped Extreme become a top 4 team. And then, when they were putting the boys back together from that 2020 Ironman team, when Todd Adamson brought Aftershock back, bringing Todd Martinez in as a coach. And now he's a starter here for Chicago Aftershock. He's starting to have a really good paintball career here.
Yeah, well-deserved. One of the best guys in paintball. Love him to death. So I liked him slightly more when he was on New York Extreme, but still got a lot of love for him.
Ryan Hosky, another good paintball story. First year in the pro division, and Shock needed a snake player, and he's been looking for an opportunity. Initially was going to go to X Factor. I've had some long conversations with Ryan past season or two about what he wants to do, and he wants to be a top-level pro player. He wants to be a go-to guy, and he's now becoming that for Chicago Aftershock, and they needed that. You can't win paintball tournaments if you don't have a bruiser in the snake.
Yeah, it was only 2 or 3 years ago that we were talking about Hosky as a potential pro guy on the killer squad, right? Hey, this is one of those guys we got to kind of watch out for. And now 2 years later, he's not only getting starting spins, he's winning games for one of the best teams in the world. Great story.
Here we go. Can Heat do it? They got a little under 3 to work with, and they are a team that definitely has had some amazing and legendary come-from-behind victories. They're going to shoot
5-on-3.
Yeah, they're going to shoot 2 of the big killers. So they shoot both Corey and they shoot Parrish off the break. This could be a fast point here for Houston Heat because there's no one out in the snake. There's no one on the D side for Shock.
Tyler and 50 snake for Heat. Hosky on the inset wing. Back center and Snake Temple are hot. A-Rod over the top. Yeah, he got caught over the top. He was over the top for way too long there. Hey, that back center is just so hard to play. 2-on-5 advantage here for Houston Heat, Matt. He's going to pretty easily win this point.
Yeah, with the 2-point cushion that Shock has, they're not going to concede, of course. So there's the last 2 bodies left alive. You just kind of have to tuck in and try to burn as much of this clock off as you can.
Well, they're great spots because the small temple there can keep Tyler from wrapping, and Hosky can keep going up the Dorito side in the middle of the field. So they should be able to hold him back for some amount of time until Tyler basically goes over the inside and goes and gets Hosky.
Well,
oh no, he kills Thomas Kim first.
Thomas Kim shot, and then now here Hosky's about to get shot in the back by. And absolutely just obliterated by Tyler Harmon. And he's going to run in and hit that buzzer. They got about 1 minute and 35 seconds to work with. And still down by 1, but that was best case scenario here for Houston Heat.
Great point there from Tyler Harmon. Making it for a few of those earlier points where he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough one to start for Tyler with a couple penalties, even though, on play-wise he was looking good, but just drawing penalties. We're in the pits right now with Houston Heat. What are they going to do? Only down 1.
4 more pods, please. Yeah, yes. Chad, I need you to have some confidence, baby. Hey, I need a micro. Let's go. Hey, Chad George,
Man,
I
this
need
is
you
such a good
for
game
a second.
here. Dynasty X Factor. These two guys have been battling back and forth. All these players know each other very, very well.
Do not just go around.
These coaches know each other very well. The staff know each other very well. X Factor taking a bounce, going to the Dorito can. Looks like the ref's going to come in and check him. 5-on-5 if he's not eliminated, and he is eliminated. So 5-on-4 advantage for Dynasty. That was Tim Stetzel there taking the walk.
Jumping in, yeah, it's overtime point. 5 minutes on the clock here. Advantage, Dynasty. 5 players alive. They pocket up, go heavy guns, and it produces a kill. They do let Billy Bernaccia slip out to the back bunker on the snake side, and they're going to crawl up into the 50 wedge here with Archie Montemayor.
Yeah, a little battle here now with Archie and Axel, two of the best guys in the world. I would not want to be on either side of that gunfight.
Axel was trying to rip a lane through that crack in the bunker, but Archie got through that untouched. But Archie got to be careful here because they're just zoned up on him, but they got some time to work with and got this extra body. There's also no one on the D side at all here for X Factor, so that could be a problem.
Danner did a great job getting out back center and getting over that Snake Temple. Good reposition for him. Now he can support Billy here, Snake side. They got Meter in the center, small temple looking D side. Billy and Snake 1 looking D side. They have Axel and TJ both looking Snake side. So they're crossed up here, Snake side for X Factor. Dynasty with a 1 body advantage here in overtime. Man, could you imagine this went down to 1-on-1s?
That would be great. For us.
Be amazing.
That would be great for us.
It would be amazing.
It'd be very nerve-wracking for these two teams and their fans.
Oh, Meter getting shot.
Huge kill here for Dynasty on Meter Ninos. That turns it into a 3-on-5. Dynasty in the driver's seat here currently with just 3:16 in this overtime point. So now Dynasty has to be very careful. They have the body advantage. No unnecessary deaths.
Axel and Billy over here, Snake side, working together. Good comms from both teams. Archie talking about what's going on, talking about what he sees.
So Axel at the wedge. Billy has crept into Snake 2, and he's waiting for waiting for Archie to poke his head around towards the sideline.
Just waiting for a little head check, right?
Yeah, Archie's not doing that, though.
Archie's like, I'd rather not.
Where's the 5th body for Dynasty? They have
that small temple on D side.
Aztec, yeah. It was hiding completely on the other side.
Yep.
Which is smart because there's no one on the D side to shoot him, so that's the safest place for him to be. Yeah, so you can see here our eye in the sky. There's 2 bodies out with D2, the Aztec, and so it's Chris Scheer. Yeah, so Chris Scheer has that whole D side to play with. The only body actually looking D side is TJ Danner, and he's all the way at the back Aztec here on the Snake side. So,
yeah, and he's got the deep cut, like the past the 50 cut, but shallow he has no cut, so he can't put any pressure on those guys. Guys are communicating really, really well. Marcelo's standing up over the top of the Snake set in temple, just communicating, looking with his eyes on where the bodies are, trying to see where the lanes are. Billy getting a check.
Billy might have got clipped inside, and he's good, though. Referee running in and checking out Ryan Greenspan and D2, giving him a look, and Chris Scheer, and he's good. They're good as well. So still 5-on-3 here with now 1 minute and 43 seconds left in this overtime point.
A lot of time left. And here comes, I think that's Harrison maybe, sneaking through the middle for Dynasty. Let's see if Billy can get him or if he can get Billy. If Billy can shoot him, they can get back in this game. It'll only be a 1-point difference. Oh, Billy looks right outside at the wrong time. Oh, Axel gets caught on the wrap from Archie.
Yeah, but here comes Billy. They're trying to turn the tables, but they were in position to protect him. So now it's just TJ Danner. And then TJ Danner catches Marcelo Margot. Still has to deal with Archie. Arturo was the one that was able to get the shot in on Billy. They're going to get the shot in on TJ, and that is going to do it here in overtime. Masterful job against a very tough team who took 2nd place at the Lone Star Major, as Archie Montemayor going to help eliminate his former squad. And he's going to do the spin for the ref. Thumbs up, and it's official. San Diego Dynasty punching their ticket into the semifinals. What a great game. And another heartbreaker for X Factor.
Yep.
Way to win in OT. That's right. There we go. There we go. Way to go, boys.
Make sure to head on over to gosports.com to watch the rest of the battle going down. And since we will be on ESPN, I believe the only way to watch this final match this afternoon that's going to go down unless you want to wait until August is to watch it today.
You should watch it today, guys, and then watch it again in August.
Yeah, but we'll be battling. And we still got another quarterfinal set to come up. It's going to be Red Legion taking on Damage and Impact taking on Infamous. But please do us a solid and head on over, create a subscription. We're trying to do all we can to bring you guys the best broadcast possible, but we need your help to do it.
Big bites from Houston Heat going up to that little temple on the D side, and the Snake win. Referee's running in, though, to check Ronnie Dizon.
Ooh, Hosky gets torched trying to get into the... That's really going to help things out here as they take out Hosky. So now...
5-on-4, Matty.
Yeah, and Tyler Harmon's all by himself at this 50 brick.
He's putting pressure on the D side. LJ Parrish, D2. Tyler Harmon's trying to get that elimination. Shock with 3 across the back line. They got Corey Hall in the can, A-Rod in back center, and Thomas Kim in the Snake Temple.
Rich really going to help out Aftershock if they can keep Parrish alive at that D2. The fact that he he made it there really slows down the attack for Houston Heat. They have to deal with that D2. Those center players are at a way bigger risk. So we'll see if Parrish can hold the line over there with the rest of his boys who are tucked in the pocket.
Problem I see though, Matt, is A-Rod's the only one looking snake side for Aftershock, and Houston Heat has 3 players over here on the snake side. A-Rod's good, but he cannot fight 3 players.
Well, and he's in the smallest bunker on him.
Yeah.
Oh, does he shoot Tyler as Tyler gets across? I don't think so. So Tyler's going to make it across, and here comes Chad George to help out as we hit the 30-second mark. Tyler Harmon now all the way on to their side. He should be able to wrap around and get the pinch on A-Rod unless A-Rod and he does. So that's a huge kill. He definitely trades out. Oh, my, another penalty on Tyler Harmon. That's 3 here in this event. That pulls out Chad George, but they still have a chance. There's still 3 bodies left alive for Houston Heat with 15 seconds to go. But they need to get in positions to attack, and they need to launch. We're at the 10-second mark.
They need to kill Corey Hall.
There's just a wall of paint, though, still being put towards these Houston Heat attackers. They do shoot Corey, but I don't think there's enough time here, Rich.
Nope.
As they're going to try, so Fedorov was still alive in his spot. I don't know why he just didn't run down the field and try to make something happen. Looks like Dizon had got shot, so Mishka and Fedorov, Rich, just couldn't get it done. And Chicago Aftershock also going to punch their ticket, and they're going to be playing San Diego Dynasty.
Well-deserved, boys. Great job.
Yeah, that's a head-scratcher for Fedorov because he's right by the scoreboard. All he has to do is look at the scoreboard, see the time left, and I mean, you have no chance if you're in your spot. You definitely have a chance, and he's really good at running and shooting. So just use your gun as a walking bunker and just go for it. Well, so that's going to do it here for this set in the quarterfinals. Congratulations to Dynasty and Aftershock staying alive in this tournament. Houston Heat and X Factor getting into that top 8. And next up is going to be Red Legion taking on Damage, Impact, and Infamous here at the 2024 Mid-Atlantic Major. We'll be right back.
You told me I shot him, but I didn't know before that.
I really feel like we're not there. We're winning because we're just better. We need to win because we're a better team.
So we're out here right now at Legacy Paintball Park in Lakeland, Florida, not far from Tampa Bay. We have New York Wrecking Crew, we have Tampa Bay Damage, and we're practicing for the AC event. Let's get after it.
Lakeland, Florida, located midway between Tampa and Orlando.
Always on. Let's go over these bunker names real quick, please. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Yeah. Baby. Beast. Florida. Dallas.
Xbox, Godzilla, Danger.
Home is the Aztec here, right?
Yep.
Home. Xbox.
Yep.
Godzilla. Danger.
Yep. Around the guy that was bonus following me was in the snake corner. I fed in the warning, but if it happens again, then it's fucking prison rules. I'll start fucking people up.
Give any of the players, some tips on how to play this layout, or
Yeah, Venmo me at Mr. Stanzak. I take PayPal, I take cash or scratchers if you want tips.
Fast. Very fast. You got to get wide and capitalize on your bodies once you kill them on the break. That's the biggest thing. Wherever the center tower's not looking, play that side. He has to pick a side unless they double it. But the way we're seeing it is whatever side he doesn't pick, that's the side that everybody's pushing. So, and typically that's going to be the Dorito side because it's easier to move around. They're looking good. They're looking good. So, we enjoy practicing with those guys here at Legacy.
You went instead of a dive, you were like almost jumping over something. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your feet went up weird.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're out here at Legacy Sports Park. We're playing Tampa Bay Damage. They've been inviting us down here this season. It's been fantastic. Shooting GI paint, straight as an arrow, making sure that we're getting our lanes dialed in. We just played Texas. We ended up winning that event, so we're working our ass off to defend that title and get ready for the next one. Huge shout out to Damage. They're not even playing this layout, and they're so kind that they're helping us prepare for our own event. And something about these guys is their lanes are so fucking good off the. Oh, I curse. Should I not curse? They have strong aggression. We coming down here to Legacy, we know that we're going to get a good look for every aspect of the field. They can push the Doritos, they can push the snake, they can get up in the middle, they set good traps. So we know that playing them, we're going to be prepared for anything. Yeah, listen, Damage is a legendary team. They're 1A, 1B for best team in the world. We're so fortunate that they give us the opportunity to get spins, and we just want to push the limit as much as we can and, make it happen.
Right. Snake guy, right? I was going to be the snake guy. Yeah, you're still shooting snake guy. I'm shooting for the baby. Runner. Go! Florida! Florida! I don't think so. If he's looking, I don't think I can make it.
I think you could have gone, but here's the other thing you need to do.
Pop that in.
Take that back,
okay.
Then get into this.
Okay.
Right? Because at least here you can do...
I can check the line, yeah.
Right? You have all that, but sitting here waiting, you're not going to see him crawl.
Okay.
Oh, it's all good. It actually surprisingly didn't hurt that bad. A little team kill, man.
Don't
A
worry
little mix
about
up.
it. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
So going into next weekend, starting on Thursday, finishing up the Texas event, and then into the AC event, it's a little bit different than what we normally do because it's two events in one. One is a layout that we know really well, and one is a brand new layout that we won't know until we see it after we finish on Thursday. So preparation's very similar to what we do. It's not so much learning the layout as much as it is getting the guys to click and play together. Communication's everything, right? We played the divisional layout, played New York Wrecking Crew all weekend, gave them some really good looks, really good spins. The good thing about this, I feel with this layout is if it's anything like this where they don't have a home, we're going to have a leg up on people that haven't played this layout because not having a home is something we have not had in a long time. There's always a home bunker. This time they moved the home off to the side, so it's not traditional at all. So if he decides to roll that into the AC, I feel playing this was a really good idea. If not, we'll figure it out as we go. We're a bunch of seasoned guys that are really, really smart. Breaking down fields is kind of what we do.
solidifying our communication, coming together, having a lot of fun. It's a very fast field. Hey, I'm Dan Moore. Been around Central Florida Paintball for the last 20 years. Tampa Bay Damage has always been a home team to me. It's basically a privilege to be able to help out and work with these guys. I try and just be good eyes for them on the field, see where teams break out to, see where the pushes are happening, see where we can manipulate and can control the game. So basically just any way that I can help out, see, and offer good information. Yeah, I travel to every event. So.
Welcome back. 2024 Mid-Atlantic Major, and we are into the next round of the quarterfinals. It's going to be Red Legion taking on Tampa Bay Damage and Edmonton Impact taking on LA Infamous, and this could be two really good games.
I'm so excited for this match.
I am too, man. I'm Matty Marshall here with Paintball legend and coach in New York Extreme, Rich Telford. He's a world champion. Tampa Bay Damage fought through Revo, and they pretty much beat him up. It was all Tampa Bay Damage. They looked dialed. They were in some fights this weekend. Now, Red Legion, man, Damage has their hands full here. Red Legion, it was basically Red Legion by first-degree murder in almost every single game that they played. They had 2 mercy rules, 1 by 5. I mean, they were just amazing, but they're not very deep. Damage, on the other hand, is very deep. So if anything happens to that starting line for Red Legion, that could be a difference maker. And then Edmonton Impact also looked phenomenal, undefeated in the prelims. They're playing a scrappy Infamous squad. First to go, though, Tampa Bay from the blue side, going to be losing a body on the break. It's Chad Bougier up the middle, but they do shoot Justin Rabikoff and Karslev as well, too.
Yeah, 4-on-3 advantage. 3-on-3 as Malloy gets a key kill on Keith Brown there. Let's see if Malloy can capitalize on Damage not having anyone on this side of the field.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle between Keith Brown and Alexander Burtnikoff all game long, but first to prevail is going to be Malloy as Malloy gets to this 50 brick. Not tall enough to play over that spot, but his jump shot's pretty nasty. But a little bit better field position here as Malloy is at this 50-yard line. And Damage does have a body out, though, in D1, so a little bit better field position on the D side, especially if you can get into that D2 position.
Yeah, man, it's so early in this point. I don't think Malloy knows that there's no one on this side of the field, right? Because there's always someone over here somewhere, right? In that wedge, in the Hertz bunker, and Snake One's that corner. So I think he's just taking a few seconds to figure out where the bodies are. Tampa Bay Damage is in Dorito 1, the Can of Death, and the Center Temple. Oh, Center Temple's taking a walk, Maddie. 3-on-2 advantage for Red Legion. Next got to go is going to be that Can, right, Maddie?
Yeah, so low body moment right now for Damage is D1 and the Can. The Can is a rough spot, and here goes Malloy. He's got the whole Snake side to himself. He dips into Damage's Snake 2. He's going to wrap around and be able to put the pinch on that Can. Now, if they can get the pinch from the other side, that Can can't live.
Yeah, and if Malloy can see that neither one of those guns are on him, he'll probably release and go forward and put even more pressure on those guys.
So they release and try to get into D2, but get taken out, and then it's going to be quick work for poor Jason Edwards. There's nothing he could do in that Can with Malloy all the way on his side, and also with Sergey going up on that D side. So even though it was a back-and-forth battle on the body count, Red Legion just a little bit better as far as the real estate was concerned. So they're going to go up by 1.
Yeah, it seems to me what Red Legion does a really good job of, Matty, is they shoot people on the break. They also lose people, right? So they're kind of even there. Like, let's say every breakout's 3-on-3. But then Red Legion find themselves in the key positions when the other teams are out of position, right? So Red Legion is doing a better job of shooting the runners on the other team, where the other team that they're playing against is shooting the shooters. So Red Legion just ends up in better field position.
Yeah, and also, Rich, I think another thing that Red Legion's doing amazing is that even if they lose bodies on the break, the guys that are left don't seem like it's a big deal for them. Oh, cool. Attack. So it's a 3-on-4. We're the 3. No big deal. I just need to win a gunfight real quick.
Well, and they can do that because they're usually in advantageous positions, right?
Yeah, like you were saying, for sure. All right, so point number 1 here, Infamous, a scrappy Infamous squad with a lot of firepower, but Edmonton Impact learned this field incredibly quickly. I mean, you could see it in Game 1 that they'd already started to figure it out. They've also had some amazing off-the-break shots, and it's working for them again as they shoot 2 bodies on the break. So just 3 players alive right now for Infamous. Do they get anyone? No, it's a 5-on-3 situation.
Yeah, I was going to say, Infamous is playing really well, but they're going to have a hard time beating Impact here. Impact is pretty flawless.
Well, but it was interesting, though, because as Impact got settled into their spots with those first 2 kills, a couple big moves kind of change up the
real estate.
Yeah, the real estate a little bit, because Sam Silver got all the way into D3, and then Jonah got into the wedge, and they're able to look over each other right now. And if they can get Barrett out of that back center, that would also help too.
Yeah, and I love that read and react, right? Hey, we dropped 2 bodies. If we sit back here in the pocket, we don't really have much of a chance against 5 guys. Let's take the risk now and try to get outside. If we get outside, we can play a smart point. If we don't get outside, we die trying. Then it was a fast point. We can get back out here with 5 bodies. So great read and react by Sam over there on the D side. I concur, Maddie. I would like to see Joe Barrett shoot his way from that back center temple into the small temple on the snake side. But repositioning into the snake corner is Impact going forward. I believe that Zach Yakimek going to snake 1 there. And once he gets outside, he's going to put a lot of pressure on Joe Barrett in that back center. He can shoot over the top, really kind of edge that wing, and that bunker Joe Barrett's in is very, very small and very, very vulnerable. Sam playing a little bit tall and loose over there for Infamous in that D side. He's got to be careful. He's standing over the top, shooting across the field, trying to get the elimination on the cross bunker. That's JC in the Hertz bunker for Impact. Nick Laval in the cut.
Rich, Impact with a triple stack of bodies here on the snake side, and there's no one to contend with him down that sideline, though. So that's going to make Zach and JC's life a little bit easier over here. JC, though, is tucked in and worried, and of course, about that crossfield shot from Sam Silberg, so that's what he's dealing with. Zach has to worry about that, too, but he's tucked in nicely. But they do not have to worry about any battles down this sideline.
Yeah, and, again, we've got to that point in the tournament where everyone kind of understands how to play the field, right? Everyone's playing these same 3 spots over here on the snake side. Everyone's trying to get to the same spots over on the D side. And it just comes down to who can win the breakout and then who can capitalize off these key positions. Infamous doing the best they can to stem the tide here, down on bodies. Obviously, winning the first point, not losing the first point is crucial in a match. Jonah taking the walk, Maddie. So 5-on-2 advantage now for Impact.
Impact exploring that center structure. JC is going to get past. Ooh, and JC gets picked off. So nice kill by Sam Silberg. That was crucial to keep them in this point. Unfortunately, though, still looking at a decent amount of bodies in front of him. Sam Silberg actually repositions to the inside. So Nick Laval is totally posted up on that D3 position because that's where he thinks that Sam still is, but the referee's running in because Zach Yakimek might have got a shot on Sam. So if Zach communicates to Nick, and they did get the shot. So nice job by Zach to do zone control and containment.
Yeah, what happened there is I think Schrader saw Nick in the middle and went to go get him, but then Zach caught him.
Yeah, so 4 bodies alive. Beautiful job. Yeah, Impact, Rich. I mean, literally since game 1. Game 1, you guys played them. I mean, what was that like when we were watching that game for you?
Frustrating?
Yeah. Well, no, but
sad,
as far yes,
painful.
But what was Impact doing well?
Winning the breakouts.
Yeah, they were winning the breakouts.
And then not making any mistakes.
And also learning the field faster.
Yep.
So even in the close points, they seem to have picked up on the moves they're supposed to be making, where they can and cannot go, what is and is not working. Yep. And then they just kept that rolling. They beat Dynasty in overtime, showed up and crushed the Ironman on Saturday morning. And then they kept it going. And then they had and this is actually, again, a rematch because they've already beat Infamous here at this event. And that was their 4th win. That was a close game, though, so we will see.
And like you said, hard to beat a team twice, right? Red Legion with 5 alive, losing Sergey, now 4 alive. Tampa Bay Damage scrambling out to the D-side corner, but getting the check is one of the Edwards brothers. Releasing through the middle. Damage down, 4-on-4 now, Matt, as they lose their first attacker D-side. They do have a player in that middle cathedral up in the middle.
Yeah, Red Legion on the blue side and Tampa Bay Damage on the red side. And it looks like Kirill Peridney's going to get a minor penalty. That's going to pull out Justin Rabikoff. So opportunity right now for Tampa Bay Damage, but they're going to lose Jason Edwards. But they still have a ton of bodies left alive. They got to deal with Malloy. Malloy's going to roll in and trade out with Brian Smith, but Keith Brown's still alive on this D side. So
is it a 2-on-1, Matt?
Yeah, with Karslev's still alive, and he's at that 50. Dorito, so that's a pretty crucial spot. Damage just moved into the center structure. Chad Bougere is trying to find him and get the angle on him. Got to be careful, though. He pops the top. That's smart.
Yeah, Chad must know there's no one left on the snake side. He's kind of wrapping. Now he's pressing his advantage, going forward, putting more pressure.
So even if Chad trades with him, that's fine because he's still alive. But Chad just shoots him straight up. So nice move there for Chad Bougere to find that last body. And he knew the count. Yep. You could see he was playing with some freedom. He knew that it was just one body left alive. And so Tampa Bay Damage is going to tie it up. And, when we talked about this specific matchup, as Red Legion has just been absolutely crushing everyone's dreams out here, But Tampa Bay Damage has been in fight after fight after fight. And when you face a top team, and Damage has also been much more successful than Red Legion has for the past couple years.
Yeah, Damage is more scrappy right now.
Sure, Red Legion did just win the event that we finished on Thursday.
But that's way in the past.
That's way in the past. But they have the momentum. But Damage has 3 wins in the past 2 years. They won 2 in a row last year and also 2 second places. So on paper, based on what we've seen, I mean, you could potentially give this to Damage. I'm not sure what the odds are on this one as far as the betting is concerned, but maybe you had to give it to Red Legion because of the most recent momentum and the pickup of Justin Rabikoff, which has been the missing puzzle piece for him. But still, expect this one to be a back-and-forth battle. See if this one's going to be a back-and-forth battle. Again, Impact already defeated Infamous, but it was a pretty close match. So on the breakout, Sam Silber's going to risk it out to the D side, and so does Edmonton Impact, and they both make it clean. But it looks like Ryan Hall's going to be taking the walk, and that's a good kill for Impact right now because Ryan Hall is having a tournament. So getting him off the field, he figured, talk about people that figure this field out pretty quick. Ryan Hall figured this field out pretty much day one.
Yeah, and that can on the D side, Matty, it's death later in the point, but it's also becoming the easiest spot to shoot on the field, right? With the way the guns are breaking without a back center, it's the guy running to the little temple on the snake side that's cross shooting and killing that guy going in the can. It's actually easier for players to get out to that Dorito corner, I think, than it is to that can. Infamous dropping their first attacker, snake side, Matty. And here come the Impact Sharks coming forward. Mikey Arena crawling on the inside.
Yeah, Mikey Arena is hunting. He's got Mike Zupa out wide. So Impact's still playing a bunch of their roster here. Haven't gone to a starting 5. Oh, and Mike Arena's going to eat up Jonah Jamrose. He does get caught by Nate Schrader, so Nate Schrader is going to get that kill as he gets out wide, but then he gets shot, and he's going to get a minor penalty, so that is going to pull out Sam Silberg, and that will be curtains here in this point for Infamous. Edmonton Impact going to go up by 2 as we've got through a little over 4 minutes in the 15-minute regulation time, but Impact, as advertised, looking pretty solid out here, Rich.
Yep. And they're feeling it again, right? They were a little bit flat last event. They missed Sunday for the first time in 14 years, and they want to show everybody in the world that, hey, that was a fluke. That's never going to happen again. We are the best players in the world.
I mean, it is good for the program for Impact that they're playing a lot of their guys. Rob Velez getting a spin, and they're getting everyone out there. So, Dave Baines and Bart feeling confident, and everyone in the roster pretty much. Tyler Panilo doesn't have a pack on, but he's an up-and-coming pro. Still a bit of a project for him, but I think that kid's going to have a great paintball career. It's just really tough to get playing time on Edmonton Impact, especially when you first get on the team.
100%.
About to jump into point number 3.
Fight there. Again, that can getting bounced for Red Legion. Red Legion dropping their player, going to that can. Oh, dropping 2, 4-on-3 advantage now for Tampa Bay Damage. Malloy alive over here in the Snake 50. J-Rab and Kirill backing him up. Damage with back center, Snake Temple, Keith Brown, and Snake 2. And the Dorito Can of Death. Nobody on Dorito's side, though, for Red Legion, so the Can of Death for Tampa Bay Damage is going to be able to kind of cheat the outside of the bunker, which is kind of live. Oh, he might have just got shot in the foot with his foot back. He did. Great shot from Malloy there, Matty. 3-on-3 now.
Malloy's so lethal out there, man, for Legion.
He had like a 1-inch shot from all the way across the field.
But, Rich, he keeps making those shots.
Androids don't miss shots, Matt. They're programmed for success.
I've known him for a long time, but I do wonder sometimes if he is or is not a robot.
Because I saw him once with his skin peeled off. It was super scary.
So battle going down here in the Snake. That 50-yard line hurts Brick.
Yeah, Red Legion was slightly better field position because Tampa Bay Damage still trapped in that back center bunker. And that guy has very few options. I'm sure that's one of the Edwards brothers, but I can't see from here. Probably Jason. He's been getting a lot of spins. Over the top now, looking upfield. Agent Smith in the 50 Snake for Damage, looking inside. Trying to figure out how to be creative and get an elimination here. Oh, catches him over the top. Big mistake there.
Here comes Malloy, though, and he's going to trade out with Smith. Keith Brown still alive. He's gun battling with Justin Rabikoff down the sideline.
2-on-1 advantage for Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah, Edwards is thinking about getting out of that back center, and it looks like J-Rab's just turning up over that top of that spot. He's not going back in until Keith puts him in. This is a real confident gunfight here from Justin Rabikoff because Keith Brown is one of those guys that has an absolutely wicked snapshot. J-Rab no slouch himself, but he's just going gun dominant over the top, trying to give himself just a little bit of an advantage. And he's got the reflexes to dodge those streams. He dodges one from Jason,
Well, he knows.
And then he shoots Keith.
Oh, I was just going to say, he knows if he gets put in and he loses Jason, he's going to have a hard time pulling this off. One-on-one, Matt.
Justin Rabakoff, the MVP from the Texas Open, and he stitches up Jason Edwards, and Justin Rabakoff does it again. He's
impressive.
had a career full of heroic performances. He comes from amazing paintball stock. His father just got inducted into the Paintball Hall of Fame.
Shout out to Rab.
Yeah, and his dad's Rab, so he became J-Rab, and man, it has been an amazing career for J-Rab. You know, he's been with Impact for years. He's played for top teams pretty much since he was 16 years old. We played with him back when he was 16. He played on Excessive back in the day, but, you know, he really stepped up for Legion at the Texas event, became the MVP, and then just wins a 1-on-2. I got a 1-on-2 coin for you here, courtesy of Coin Duel and Hormesis, but J-Rab, Rich, continuing just to feast out there.
Can I just make a suggestion?
Sure.
So we have all these very cool coins, and I really love the fact that Hormesis does that. So he gets a coin for winning a 2-on-1, right? Yeah. Can we take coins away from people if they lose 2-on-1 so that they are like, hey, don't lose a 2-on-1 anymore?
I'll put that in the suggestion box
that. Just throw
for
it in.
Alex Frazee. That's Alex Frazee's call.
Alex, just give me a chance. That's all I'm asking.
He's the one that pays for the coins, Rich. So I can't make that decision.
Alex is paying for everything.
Yeah, Big Daddy Alex Frazee.
Bought me a cup of coffee this morning.
He's a generous man.
He is amazing.
And their team is still in it. We'll see them in a bit. They're going to play Aftershock, but got to get through this set first. Infamous now down by 2 to Impact. It's not quite do or die moment here for Infamous. They have a little bit of time to work with. Actually, a lot of time to work with. These points went pretty quick through the first ones. Let's see how much time we got here. Yeah, still 10:47 to go.
Impact gets bounced going out to that Drino corner. And that's the difference in a lot of these points, Matt, is one guy gets bounced and one guy gets shot. Infamous loses their first attacker D-side going to Drito. Impact takes the bounce going to Drito. Paint management out here and having a good paint manufacturer that's making a superior ball is very crucial to a lot of these breakouts. Good positions for both teams as JC gets up into the 50 bunker on the snake side for Impact. He's got Ryan Hall in inset on the cut.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Cornell is basically the textbook definition of a relentless paintball player.
Yep.
It's almost like his skin doesn't have any nerve endings because no matter how many beatings he takes up there, and I'm not saying like he's getting beat as in he'll run through and get shot 400 times, he just goes right back in there every single time.
Yeah.
And so this is like a perfect spot for him because he's not just offense. I mean, he's obviously been doing this and playing this at an elite level for, you know, well over a decade. And kind of a really good guy to be put in this position. And he's been playing with his compatriot, Zach Yakimek, the OG original stars coming off of Edmonton Impact. Nick Laval's going to help out, come into that into that wedge.
And JC is doing a great job just by being there, right? He's got 3 guns just pounding the inside cut, the outside cut, and over the top on that. So JC is absorbing the pressure of 3 different positions from Infamous. Jonah's on the inside cut in front of him, shooting across the field. So there's a lot of players on Impact not getting any pressure because JC's getting so much pressure, and that allows them to kind of get out of their bunker, look around a little bit, figure out where the lanes are, and kind of how to get through this this maze that Infamous has set up. Joe Barrett got to get out back center, Matty. There he goes. Good move, Joe.
Again, it's just a tough spot for Infamous to be in. They're in a 3-on-5. They're not conceding the point quite yet. They don't want to spot Impact. They want to give their boys a little bit of a chance, see if somebody can be a hero. Barrett viciously in a gunfight right now, or gunfighting viciously against Justin Cornell. Justin Cornell's chilling, though. They have a 2-point lead to protect. JC does not need to engage. He's just looking inside.
Yep.
He's relaxed. Zach is very relaxed behind him as well, too. Laval thinking, he's kind of looking back and forth, wondering if do I want to go up into that middle right now to try to close? Let's get a solid lock on where everyone is first.
JC keeps scaring me because they're putting so much pressure on him that the paint is breaking off of the edge of the bunker right next to him. So every couple seconds, it looks like he's taking a shot from the inside or taking a shot on the outside. Obviously, the refs are right there, and he's not getting hit, but so much pressure.
And he's fine with that, right?
Yeah,
because he's on. Yeah, because he's kind of tucked in. He's cheating a little bit towards that the snake side because there's no one he has to worry about down the sideline. So.
And he's communicating, hey, this guy's on me, this guy's on me, this guy's on me. And when that guy gets off, he leans back a little bit, gives him a little edge of the goggles, gets that guy to put more pressure on him. Oh, Jonah taking the walk now.
Yeah, but every gun that's shooting at JC is a gun not shooting at somebody else.
That's right.
To make the move. So after the death of Jonah Jamrose, it looks like Travis Lemansky has seen enough, so he's going to concede the point. Also, JC looking like maybe having some problems with his paint because he rips his loader off immediately, so that might have been an issue, too.
We think he's just up there super smart. He's like, oh, no, guys, my gun was just broken. I was going to go stab that dude, but my gun
Guys, I was hiding because I couldn't shoot any paintballs out of it.
You're giving me too much credit. Great point there. And again, Impact playing impact ball, right? Making almost no mistakes. They're getting one guy bounced on the break, but they're almost never losing a guy on the break. They're in all the key positions. They got 3 guys snake side, 2 guys dedicated D side, and they're in control right now.
Yeah, control. That's a great word for it.
I feel like they're the most in control team out here.
Yeah, just excellent control. Recently, Edmonton Impact with a 2nd place at World Cup in 2023, a 3rd at the Sunshine State Major at the beginning of the year. They did take a 2 first places in a row, won 2 in a row in 2022 late in the season.
Damage, losing a body on the break. Agent Smith got eliminated going up the center of the field. 4-on-5 advantage for Red Legion. Oh no, Malloy's been eliminated, so 4-on-4. Red Legion going from Dorito 1, Dorito 2, now Dorito 3.
Looking at the D-side angle here on your screen, Karslev.
Can of Death taking a walk for Tampa Bay Damage, Matty.
Yeah, they refill it, though.
Yeah, 4-on-3 advantage now for Red Legion, though.
Yeah, it's just tough with Karslev out on that D-side and no one there to contend with them. Never a good sign.
Sergey's in an inside cut on that Cathedral. King is in the castle. I can't do the voice, sorry. Great discipline there from Sergey, just locking down the snake side. Keith Brown inset from Snake 1.
The Legion with a 1-point lead to protect, 8:20 or 8:35 to go. A little bit better position here for Damage with the bodies outside on the snake side, but they let Karslev get into that 50-yard line. He's wrapping around. That's going to put a lot of pressure on that can.
Only one looking that way is Keith Brown, Matt.
Yeah, Edwards just doing all he can. He's kind of hip shooting right now, pushing that bunker actually out that way, but he couldn't get small enough. And then also looks like Chad Bougere is going to die at the same time, so now Keith Brown all by himself.
Joey needs to concede this point here.
Joey's going to let it run. He's going to give Keith a little bit of a chance, and then he's going to save him some pain, actually. So
yeah, 4-on-1. Keith and Snake 1, that's tough for anybody.
So Legion stacking up the score a bit, as it's going to be 3-1. Wow. Yeah, so, Tampa Bay needs to answer right now, Rich.
100%.
Need to answer. In the pits right now with Legion. Seeing a bunch of the second line boys just kind of chilling right now. Probably not going to see the field too much today.
Maybe McDarby for a spin if they get one.
The first guy up is going to be McDarby, or maybe Kulagin. But we've been seeing more McDarby in the. It's only been a few, right? I mean, they played 4 points as a line.
I love that they made the switch and they're bringing those guys in with a good 4 squad, right? To kind of get that experience, not put all that pressure on them.
But the last time we saw them bring an alternate out, it was McDarby, and he did great.
Yep. Infamous dropping 1-2 on the break, 5-on-3 advantage here for Impact.
Yeah, Impact looking flawless through 3 here, possibly 4.
Jonah gets up to the snake for Infamous. Joe Barrett in the back center. I think that's Ryan Hall in the South Electrics bunker in the center of the field. But Impact just with all the bodies, all the spots, all the points, just completely in control. And they're just kind of fine-tuning what they think they need to do on their breakouts for their finals game plan.
I mean, they dropped 1, but they have a pretty sizable lead right now. So, I mean, Infamous is just, they need to find a way to stay alive, get up the field, and try to win some gunfights. The problem is Impact is just playing 10-10 paintball right now.
Yeah, Impact, again, they just don't make any mistakes. They're not doing anything fancy. They're winning the breakouts and then not making mistakes, allowing the other teams to kind of fold under the pressure as Ryan Hall takes the walk. 4-on-2 advantage now.
And Rich, nothing fancy in this game, nothing exotic, as Dave Baines likes to say. But in the prelims, when they needed something fancy, some guys produced. One of those was Matt Derula, and he's still alive here, and he's sharking up the field trying to get a shot on Jamrose. Not going to need to do it, though, as Infamous going to have to force to concede yet another point here, and it's just everything's going Impact's way.
Yeah, I was super happy when I noticed that Impact was in our division for New York Extreme.
Well, you guys had a brutal one. New York Extreme finally getting some of those starters healthy again, but unfortunately for New York Extreme, it was Dynasty, Ironman, Impact, and Infamous all in the same bracket, and 3 bodies. And a wild card came out of that bracket too. So, and that was no surprise.
Yeah, and we have a ton of respect for the teams in our division. We knew it was going to be a very tough uphill battle. The only game that we're a little frustrated with is that Infamous game, right? I think, obviously, beating Impact, beating Dynasty, you have to have a really good game.
Well, and a lot of people online are beating the Ironman up for taking 3rd and then losing every game in the prelims. But look at the bracket, right? You guys were a top 4 team last year. Jumping into this next one here, Legion up by 2 on Damage with 8 minutes to go.
Damage dropping 1D side. Legion with their first 5-on-5 breakout. Legion into D5. Dorito 3 now. Oh, they lose Kirill moving up the center of the field, Maddie. 4-on-4. Tampa Bay Damage first into Snake 50. Like to see Keith Brown playing offensively up there. Keith Brown taking the cross shot on D3. Trying to get that shot in on Karslev, but Karslev's playing very, very tight over there. Red Legion understanding they're up by 2 points. A lot of teams would probably go into full defensive mode here, but Red Legion likes offense. It's their style of play, and when given the opportunity, that's the way they play. Malloy with a jump shot over the top there. Good shot of Karslev there in the Doritos for Red Legion. Karslev's on the outside of the bunker, so he's just trying to keep anyone from going forward on the outside.
Keith Brown down by 2. He's at the 50-yard line here, Snake side.
Lots of time left, Maddie, but 2 points is a decent lead here.
This is a real important point. I mean, every point's important, but we get to certain places in the game. You can kind of see also
Could be the point of the match.
On the telestration, maybe try to shoot that bounce shot. Ooh, pod attempt throw here for Malloy. Didn't quite get it to the bunker, though. Kind of hit about an inch before that Hertz bunker, so not able to shake it. What you're trying to do in that situation, you throw a full pod at the bunker as hard as you can. It moves the bunker, and then you're trying to bait and set a trap, so hopefully Keith will run around. But yeah, Keith not falling for it. It didn't even get there, though.
So the power of Malloy is, for a while there, they had back center with Jacob, and I believe Agent Smith both just focused over here on Malloy, just shooting the outside cut at him, just tying up those 2 guns. So Red Legion was up a body, but also had an advantage because Malloy was able to draw so much pressure there. 4-on-5 advantage again here for Red Legion.
Oh, but Red Legion losing Karslev.
4-on-4. That's a bad death for Karslev over there. All he had to do was stay alive, but Sergey gets Keith Brown on the cross shot, Matt.
Oh, man, that's a tough death for Keith. So tough death for Karslev, tough death for Keith. So still 3 bodies out there for Legion versus 3 for Damage, but having Malloy over here with how good he's played on the Snake side.
And J-Rab's killing it over here.
Yep, and J-Rab. And Sergey at that cam, but survival position for him right now because there's really no one to pinch him from the Snake side.
Yeah, they do let Damage get into the Dorito 3, Maddie. So they have Dorito 3, the Can of Death, and the Snake Cut for Damage.
That's going to actually make it harder here for Sergey Sonaiskov.
Yeah, and for J-Rab too, right? You can see J-Rab's already both of those guys are already cheating the bunkers this way. Sergey makes a great reposition.
Malloy's looking for it, though. Malloy goes past the 50. He's going to get into that 50 brick.
One-on-one over here with Malloy and Agent Smith, 2 legendary gunfighters. Malloy, just known as the android of the bar. Agent Smith, 1-ball master. Now, Red Legion, Malloy doesn't have to press the advantage here. He knows he's up by a body, up by a point. All he has to do here is not die. Try to force Agent Smith to come get him and let J-Rab pick up that kill. Damage now pushing down D side now, Matty. They get from the Can of Death into the D1, so they're D1 and D4 on the Dorito side. Red Legion with all 3 of their players Snake side. Agent Smith really working on Malloy over here. Malloy switches Sergey to watch over him. Malloy's looking for that cross shot. Shooting from his bunker across the field to the other side of the field. Damage is in Dorito 4 on the outside, Dorito 1 on the outside, and then Snake on the cut. So 2 guns here on Malloy. Sergey protecting Malloy. J-Rab just kind of slowing down that D side and keep the comms going. And again, the emphasis is on Tampa Bay Damage to win this point. Red Legion's just trying not to lose this point, trying not to make a mistake. They have a 2-point lead here, and the clock is ticking down. This was 7 minutes when we started this match. We've eaten up 3 minutes already. I think Red Legion would love to eat another one as Malloy trades. No, he gets the cross shot.
Yeah, he does get the crossfield shot, and that's massive here for Legion with the lead. It's just 4 minutes left to go. Tampa Bay Damage, 2 bodies alive, try to make something happen here to stay in this match.
Running referee, Matt.
Anytime you see a running referee, could potentially see a penalty, but looks like good to go.
No penalty here. Malloy trying to figure out what he can do here. I think Agent Smith is, oh no, he did get shot, and here comes the penalty.
So penalty going to be assessed. That's going to pull out Smith. At least there was a body to pull, though. So that would have been a bit of a disaster for Tampa Bay. Down points, maybe having to start down a body. Think they're going to be at full strength with about 3:30 left in this match. But, yeah, as advertised, Red Legion, so good out here right now, man. The momentum has shifted their way. They were dominant. I mean, they have not lost a game yet since Vegas.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they've only lost like 3 or 4 points since Vegas. I mean, that's how tight they've been playing.
Well, if we go back and look at their matches in the prelims, they've lost some points, but they've been spinning their second line a little bit too. They spun them 4 times here at this event.
Yeah, I think you counted the points the first line is lost.
Yeah, so the
really low.
first game they dropped 1. Second game they dropped 2. Third game they dropped 2. Fourth game they dropped 2. That's pretty good. And also, we have to add in, they didn't just drop 2. They were winning those games by very high margins.
And then brought in a second line. Here we go. Let's see if Infamous can survive the break and give themselves a chance to win this game. They get a kill, they lose a body 4-on-4. Infamous up into the snake first. Jonah's looking inside. Oh, Jonah gets cut. Doesn't know Dorito 3 is hot. Gets shot. Doesn't know Dorito 3 is hot and gets shot on the cross shot.
Yeah, Infamous having some problems out here. 6:20 on the clock here in regulation, and it's just been all Edmonton Impact.
Zach, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, full control. I mean, just very comfortable in their spots.
Yeah, I think they're thinking about changing their name to Total Control.
Yeah, and again, it's up to Infamous. Really needs to start pushing the issue here. I know it's going to be tough, but the only chance they have to win this is if they start running into guns.
Yeah,
because they're starting to run out of time. They got to, they're down a body here.
Honestly, I don't see any holes in Impact right now, Maddie. You know what I mean? They can start running into the guns, which is better than playing a long, slow, boring game. But I feel like the more they run into guns, the faster they're just going to lose these points because Impact is in all the key positions, all the points.
Well, and I don't mean actually run into the guns. It's kind of a metaphor for trying to
just play more
risk
aggressive.
things and play more aggressive. Yeah. But also with how good Impact looks, we'll see what happens in that Damage and Red Legion match because Damage at least has put a point on the board. But they're on the same side of the bracket, so it could potentially be Edmonton Impact and Red Legion facing each other in the semifinals, which is going to make things really interesting because they both look really good.
And you almost never see that in sports where a team comes in ranked number 1 and ranked number 2 and end up playing each other before the finals. So very interesting. Great shot over the top there, showing where all the bodies are. Impact with a great spread, 2 on the D side, 2 on the snake side, kind of in all the control positions. This is where you want to play your points from. The challenge sometimes is getting into these spots, but once you get into these spots, it allows you to communicate and just play good, solid teamwork, good, solid paintball.
Well, Zach Patient now at the 50, also looking at Sam Silberg on the D side. Where's that Ryan Hall?
Got caught there by Nick Laval. He's going to try to make that inside move, I believe.
Joe Barrett and Snake 2 for Infamous, but they're kind of they're not falling into the trap that Impact's setting. It's more of that Impact's just going to be fine with playing peekaboo with these guys for a little bit. The spread means nothing now. So now here comes the move on the inside, who actually catches Zach. So that was a beautiful move by Zach Patient, but he might have got caught crossfield by D2. He's tucked in. Referee's right there by him. He's going to tap out. So it is Ryan Hall on the D side. Ryan Hall comes up. He does get one, but has to trade his body. So it's a 2-on-1 situation here.
Yep.
Still in favor of Edmonton Impact.
Yeah. And you're right, Maddie. Infamous had to start playing a little more aggressively, right? They had to start forcing those moves, and those were great moves. Well, Impact just had a one-body advantage and a slight position advantage, so now they're going to end up winning this 2-on-1.
Well, Barrett needs to keep his head on a swivel because he's just going to get shot heads up from Laval. Yeah, I mean, not Barrett's fault. The last guy left alive. He's begging. He's talking to the refs about something, begging for some sort of penalty.
I think he shot Nick Laval and got shot in the back from the G side. So he was saying, if you'd thrown that penalty on Nick, I could have spun and been alive.
I feel like he was blocked out from that sideline, though, from the D side. I feel like he might have traded with Laval.
They were in their D2.
Oh, they went all the way into the D2? Okay. Well, yeah, Edmonton Impact shutting out Infamous so far. We're in the pits right now with a locked-in Edmonton Impact. Let's listen in real quick.
Hey, good. Way to stay composed. Good job, B. You're killing that Cobra.
Yeah. Good job, Trev. No, it's chili too.
And the chili. You shot the first Cobra.
Yeah, baby. Hey, let's go.
Rainey getting shot.
Yeah, Rainey dropping off the break.
Sergey taking a walk.
So 4-on-4 situation here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, but need to hit that gas pedal. Tampa Bay, no choice at this point. They do get Keith Brown very quickly into the 50, and they're also attacking in the middle, so putting themselves in attacking position, trying to make something happen. See if Malloy just comes around and trades out with this giant lead. That might be the move right now. I mean, he would end up getting shot by Chad most likely. Oh, looks
Damage
like Jacob Edwards is going to be dropping from that D side for damage. So just 3 bodies left alive for them right now. No one on that D side at all. Is Karslev still alive? Yeah, he is. Into D2.
I think Smith is going to go through and try to get Malloy, and then that'll leave Keith and whoever's got backing him up here on the Snake Side Temple. 1 body up on their side. J-Rab's getting a lot of pressure in that back center. He'd probably like to try to get out of there if he can. Oh, Dorito 2 to Dorito 3. Looks like Keith might have got him on the cross shot.
I mean, Keith was shooting that lane as Karslev dove in.
Yeah, that was a bad move from Karslev. He should have been happy just holding that D2 position there, up by 3 points with 2:20 left.
Yeah, he did not need to make that move in D3.
Especially with J-Rab and Malloy both in such vulnerable positions.
Does open up the door slightly here for damage. Because they don't
Malloy.
have to worry about that. But Malloy's going to come through, shoots Keith, and he shoots Chad, and he stays alive. He's going to get a triple stack of bodies. He does not shoot Edwards in the backfield, but now it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation here in favor of the Legion.
I think Damage has 1 player left D side or no, Matt? Is it a 2-on-1? Red Legion looks like they're both shooting Dorito side. I didn't see anyone over there.
Maybe we can get our eye on the sky. I don't think so. I
Okay.
think it's just Jason.
Yeah, it's just Justin. So J-Rab just doesn't have the read, and Krill doesn't have the read. There we go. Red Legion's going to win this match, man. I thought this was going to be a much, much closer match than this. I knew Red Legion was playing well, but I knew that Damage had a lot of sticky points.
Well, it's kind of because of how many fights that Damage had to be in, showing some weaknesses, but a lot of tenacity and a lot of strength, right? And with a team that's as successful, again, as we were speaking about earlier, Damage has been much more successful in the past few years. That was before the pickup of J-Rab. But Damage has won 3 events, 2 in a row last year, and 2 second places in the past 2 seasons, where it's been a while for Legion. So
Damage has been the second most dominant team in the last 2 years.
Well, I mean, Legion did just win the last event. But if we including that win, Damage and Dynasty have been the most successful teams the past 2 years. You could throw a little Impact if we go a little bit farther, because Impact won 2 the year before. But still, that's how good Red Legion looks right now. Because Damage, one of the best teams in the world, and they're just not having any problems with Damage at all.
Nope.
Speaking of not having any problems, Edmonton Impact is 1 point away from the 6-point mercy rule.
Infamous all the way into Impact side of the field through the middle there, but they shoot 1, lose 1, 3-on-4 advantage for Impact. Infamous might be down to just 2. I see the Dorito Can of Death. Jonah here in the 50 Snake. Oh, they get another elimination though, so it might be 2-on-2 here. Jonah's got to watch pressure down the tape. Gets caught there from Zupa.
He did shoot Urena.
I believe it's a 1-on-1, Matt.
Wow.
Or 2-on-1. No, sorry, 2-on-1. Impact has 1 player D side, 1 player with Zupa and Snake side. I think it's just Infamous Dorito 2.
Yeah, so there's a body down there in Snake 2 with Zupa.
Now Dorito 3. Impact, though, once like we said earlier, feeling no pressure at all, right? They know it's a 2-on-1. They know they're up by 5 points.
They know they have 250 to work with, try to figure this out, too. So Dalton Vanderbilt and Mike Zupa out there for Edmonton Impact right now. And it also is really scary for everyone else in Impact's kind of playing almost the entire crew from their roster, too. It's not just a starting 5 right now. Yeah. It's like a starting 9.
Starting 9 is scary.
Which is a little scary, yeah, because everyone stays fresh. It's hard to predict. It's hard to scout. Yeah, shout out to Bart and Dave and all the boys on Impact. I can't wait to see this Red Legion Impact match.
Zoop's going for the back door.
Great.
And that's it. 6-0 Edmonton Impact, a.k.a. Edmonton Control.
Just complete dominance from Impact.
Just complete dominance, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's, obviously easier said than done, but, Infamous have been pretty scrappy, but they, barely made it onto Sunday. They were 2-2 with a negative point spread, close game against the Bears, so, had to give a big advantage on paper to Impact, but they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Almost no mistakes from Impact that entire match. In the pits right now with that'll be a pretty content Impact, but still a big match coming up. Is it going to be Legion, Red Legion, or Edmonton Impact moving on to this final match? We will see. And again, we're going to be on ESPN The Ocho, which will be airing sometime in early August. Don't know the exact airtime date yet. So we'll be grinding to create that show for you guys. Make sure to spread the word.
Sergey taking a hard bounce in that can. Damage is in their first attacker up the center of the field. Sergey waiting for the check. Gets the check. He is clean. 5-on-3 advantage here for Red Legion. 5-on-4 advantage as Red Legion loses J-Rab. Malloy going forward saying check, check, check. Getting the shot, cross shot. Damage player releasing up that D side, getting worn out a little bit. And that should do it. It's going to be 6-1 here. Red Legion with a little bit more than a minute.
Yeah,
just let this burn off.
Yeah, the ship has sailed here for Tampa Bay Damage, and there's no way they're going to be able to get back in this. It doesn't matter about point margin right now, so probably just going to let this 52 seconds go down. Oh, no, Malloy wants to play another point. Okay. Well, hey, throw that second line out.
Yeah. Yeah, great opportunity to get one or two of those guys some good spins, good experience. Because you know Tampa Bay Damage is going to be coming with some spicy points if they play more points. Those guys do not like losing. I mean, nobody likes losing, obviously, but some people like it less than others. And Tampa Bay Damage has a group of people, and they all hate losing.
Yeah, again, they've just been incredibly successful the past couple seasons. Tampa Bay Damage with the 13th place, the missing Sunday at the first event, but then a 6th on Thursday. And then now, going to be top 8 again. So still a couple more events to go. Damage will still be at favorite those events. But I'll tell you what, heading into the rest of the year, people are going to be watching a lot of tape on Red Legion. They have to find a way to contend with this starting 5. It's pretty nasty. Yeah, they're going to... So the coaches are getting a little frustrated with one of the players from the second line.
Eddie Vasquez never paying attention.
Hey, you're up, man. Why do you think we have you here? Let's go.
Eddie, come on.
Let's give the starters some rest. Get out there.
Let's see a good spin, Eddie. Great guy from South America came up with the Latin Dogs.
Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been really tough for Red Legion. The reason why they've struggled the past couple seasons, and I say struggle, meaning not winning tournaments, is because they haven't been able to get their starting 5. So they had Smotroff for a while, couldn't get some of the other guys over, and then Smotroff overstayed his welcome, so he can't come over for a little bit. So then they had to pick up McDarby, some Floridians, some South Americans, try to bulk that line out. But Red Legion's done such an amazing job of training paintball players throughout the years.
They do produce killers. Let's see if Tampa Bay Damage goes quietly into the night or if they rage against the night.
The dying of the light is the other part of that quote.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. 46 seconds left to go. Tampa Bay, 3 bodies coming off actually 4 now. Yeah, not looking good. Just Chad Bougier.
Yeah, Chad does not go quietly into the night, but the rest of the Tampa Bay guys just, Chad's going to win this one by himself.
Maybe. Oh, my God.
Chad now the rest of those guys walking off are like, oh, man, we should have stayed alive.
The referee's just double-checking to see if he's hit. I think Chad Bougier might have got shot before he got in there.
I say we give it to him anyway. I say Ty goes the runner. Well, if nothing else, it was a super entertaining match.
Well, I mean, that's literally the definition of dying on your shield. It's a Spartan quote from back in the day. The wives, the shields were incredibly expensive and difficult to produce, and so they were hard to recreate. And so they would send their men off to war, and they would give them the shield as like a ceremony and say, hey, you either come back with this shield or on it. So that's where that quote, dying on your shield, came from.
Thank you, Maddie.
And that was the definition of dying on your shield right there.
For Chad, yeah. He doesn't know any other way.
Chad Bougier, sorry.
Bougier, yeah.
Yeah, hats off to Chad.
Thank you guys for an amazing match.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to burn. That's it. Mercy Rule win here for Red Legion as they're going to move on to play Impact. That's going to be a good one. Semifinals, stages set. Red Legion taking on Impact. It's going to be Dynasty taking on Aftershock. So he's going to move into the final match here for the 2024 Mid-Atlantic Major. I'm Matty Marshall here with Rich Telford on Go Sports. We'll be back.
The game of paintball is a fast-paced, high-intensity sport. But at its heart, the concept is simple. Shoot your opponents before you get shot, and then march down the field to victory. In the Major League Paintball Pro format, each team fields 5 players at a time. They have a buzzer on their side to protect. Hit the opponent's buzzer, win the point. En route to the